I look forward to intimately knowing every bit about you soon.
We are divided. This is two teams.
It's going to take a lot to take them down for good.
Something popped into my mind about a miners guild or a rock crude or some such thing.
I don't know about you guys, but I think this is it.
Yeah, we're go for broke mode, man. We've been there for a while.
Melt.
Consciousness returns to you all as the dim blue lights of the Fate's Hand Tavern illuminate. You can now see that 78 spaces of the original 120 are now empty. Some of your fellow contestants have been saved by their deities, but the rest have been doomed to an eternity of suffering, having fallen to either the denizens of the abyss or to their fellow contestants. Adrenaline races through your veins at this moment, as there are fewer and fewer contestants that have yet to participate in round 2. And you know full well that this could very well be your time to enter the Crucible of Fate and face mortal danger once again. As you begin to see the area around the contestants' circle, things seem to come into focus. The stone and wooden ornate decorative elements of the Fate's Hand Tavern, now visible on the border between shadow and this light of the contestant's circle. You hear the footfalls of Tharamgul as he approaches, breaking into the spotlight, moving with confidence, a very warm smile on his face in this morning. You can see that he's dressed in a beautiful red robe with a nice gold trim. And he sort of glides forward into the center of this lit area, with dregs moving with very soft footfalls behind him and to the right. And he looks up at the contestants that remain, doing a slow circle with his eyes. Just a few moments ago, waiting backstage, I became aware of the monster that you were all going to face today and in what room, and I have to say, this is going to be the worst experience of any contestant in Crucible of Fate so far. I do not envy you all. This will be extremely unpleasant. So it is up to you, and I remind each and every one of you once again that your fate is very much in your hands. You have to do whatever you need to do to survive. I have given you all of the tools that are necessary. You have the Archivist for knowledge. You can prepare and trust in your own abilities. You can go to the gift shop and buy this wonderful selection of gear that I have prepared for you, which I once again assure you could definitely be the key to victory here today. Or you could choose some allies and parley. It matters not to me. I will be entertained either way. But I hope you all have a strategy in mind and you will stick with it, because now is the time. I'm going to let Dregs call out the names again today. I want to pay close attention to your faces as your names are called out. I want to see the panic in your eyes as you descend from your lofty heights of safety down onto the cold, hard stone floor of reality. Oh, I am excited, truly, my friends. Let us begin. Dregs, if you would do the honors, please. And you see Dregs walk up beside Tharamgul, pulling a scroll from under his cloak. He looks up at all of you as well, doing a slow turn, taking it all in before looking down once again at the list of names in front of him. call out your names, be very much aware of the fact that your lives are in your hands. You are not safe here. I wish you the best of luck. Bestiarius, aka Ari, Edefang, Forfax, Garzak the Reforged, Miss Mirabelle, and Samoza. You are the contestants on Crucible of Fate for this episode 7 of round 2. Good luck to you all. And Dregs turns and leaves the contestants' circle, returning to the shadows at the perimeter. As you all begin to descend, you can see that Thermgul is staring intently as each one of you makes your way down to the floor. It is truly delightful to see each and every one of you once again. It feels like it's been some time. Ari and Edefang, Forfax, it's been a rough road for a few of you. Garzak, good to see that your time spent in suspension hasn't further altered your reforged appearance. Miss Maribel, truly a pleasure to see you again. And Samoza, I am sad that 3 of you will not be seen again within this space. Permit me a moment to enjoy your presence. And at this time, I would like you guys to introduce yourselves. We're going to work our way from top left down to bottom right. If you could just let the eyes of truth know a little bit about you as players, and then if you could describe your characters. And if there's something you want to say real quick in character, 10, 15 seconds, please do go for it. So we'll start off with Joe. Welcome back to Crucible of Fate.
Yeah. Hey guys. Joe. Been playing D&D for like 5 years since the pandemic. I am from Philadelphia. So if there's any Philly fans out there or just fans of sports and nonsense, you can also tune into my podcast, Philly versus Everybody. Find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And today I'll be playing our fun little good melon obsessed lizard folk Ari. Ari is a lizard folk. He wears gladiator style armor and wears a big leather champion's belt. He's got wooden shield and a scimitar hangs from his hips. He's got some potions on his belt. That's Ari.
Excellent. Good to have you back, and looking forward to seeing Ari back in action. Next up, we have Steve.
How you doing, everyone? I'm Steve. I hail from Attleboro, Massachusetts. I've been playing 5e since roughly episode 17. But TTRPGs I've been playing since the early 90s. Besides role-playing games, I collect heavy metal vinyl and comic books. So today I'm playing Edefang, a barbarian whose twin brother's soul is trapped inside his body. 2 souls sharing one body.
Scott, welcome back to the show. Looking forward to seeing Forfax once again.
Hello, everybody. I'm Scott. I'm from Longwood, Florida. I've been playing D&D, but I had a huge hiatus in the middle, but 40 years with like a 20-year chunk missing where I didn't get to play at all due to life. Super happy to be back and looking forward. Forfax is, it appears human. He very much looks like David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust if he was a Witcher. He has a birthmark on his face, wears a cloak and currently sporting leather armor, a lacquered black shield, and no visible weapons whatsoever, with a chain with a coin that kind of spins on his chest. One side appears completely black, the other is sparkling as if little stars are present. And he looks up at Thermgul and says, I am Forfax, chosen of Celestian, instrument of fate, fulcrum of destiny. Fate is called, yet again. I have answered. Glory to the victor, honor to the dead. And he pounds his chest and bows his head.
It's great to have you back, Scott.
Yeah.
Out of character? In character, Thermghoul looks down at you with a bit of a smirk on his face. I think that I would maybe be doing some research for a new deity. I don't think yours has been particularly kind to you. I really hope that there's a bit of a different outcome for you today.
I still stand. I am where I'm meant to be.
Let us hope you're still standing at the end of our episodes here today. Next, Crucible welcomes back Wezi, who'll be playing Garzak. Welcome, Wezi.
Hello, everyone. I'm Wesley Mulamba. Excuse me. I live in Indianapolis, Indiana, and I've been playing some form of role-playing game. There's many forms out there since, I was a junior in college, so not too long ago, but I'm getting further and further away from that day. Something about me. I run a middle school and high school D&D club at the school I teach at. So, I see a lot of crazy character concepts and a lot of murder hobos that get destroyed.
Well, thanks for doing that, man, for spreading the joy that is D&D. Hopefully those characters aren't too scary and speaking for the youth or future of tomorrow.
So today I'll be playing Garzak the Reforged. To describe what he looks like, I have a longer description, but I'm just going to keep it short. Garzak is a Frankenstein-esque mixed match of lizard folk, serpentine, and human-looking bits and pieces, horrifically stitched together by his cruel and merciless gods. He's armed to the teeth with various weapons, tons of different axes on him. He's got a bow somewhere in there. He's got some darts on a bandolier across his chest. He came here for one reason. And so after hearing the comments Thermghoul makes about his appearance, he'll look at Thermghoul, and the way his face is shaped, it looks like a smile, but you're not too sure. He'll just look at Thermghoul and say, "Beauty is vanity."
I can appreciate your conviction, huh? You must focus on the things that matter. What matters now is survival. I know that you have that animal instinct, Garzak. Good luck to you. And we're welcoming back Andy now, who'll be playing Ms. Mirabelle. Welcome back, Andy.
Hey, thanks, Dave. First thing, Ziggy Stardust as a Witcher might be the coolest thing while here today. That visual is insane. I'm Andy. I'm from Ontario, Canada as well. Though Dave and I are in the same province, it's a good 8-hour drive to his place. So I am recently a father of 2. We have a 5-week-old upstairs with my wife, so I just shout out her and thank her for the opportunity to play today. So a couple level 0s upstairs that maybe I'll send to school with Wesley someday. I'll be playing Miss Mirabelle today. You see a middle-aged human woman with pale white skin, pale, almost silver eyes, offset by a nest of fiery red hair tied up into a bun on top of her head. A deeper look would reveal that whatever bright spark the woman once had has been snuffed out, and now what burns in her is something darker, fueled by anger, loss, a sense of betrayal, and hurt. She's wearing a simple dress of black and red, and over top is wearing an apron, that of a baker, or better yet, a butcher's apron. However, Mirabelle's is made of chainmail. Resting on the ground, leaning against her leg, is a black iron door of a wood stove that appears to have been ripped clean off its hinges, fastened as a shield. And lastly, hefted over her shoulder, is a giant butcher's cleaver, roughly the same size as she is. As she kind of straightens out her shoulders, she'll look around to the others. Though this is a room divided, I suggest we put our differences aside, if but momentarily. Glory to the victors indeed, Forfax.
It's nice to see you, Miss Mirabelle. I don't know what it is. I think you remind me of someone I knew a long time ago. I hope that today's events go well for you. It would be a shame to put an end to the short bit of conversations we get to have.
I look forward to perhaps some more conversations with you today, Therencool.
I'm delighted to hear that. And last but certainly not least, we have Kier, who is a very important part of our Discord community. Well, all of you are, of course, but Kier's putting in some extra effort in a couple of ways, part of our rules committee, and also doing a lot of editing on the rare occasion that I'm able to get out any sort of PDF for patrons. Got to get back at that. But thanks very much, Kier. Really appreciate it. And good to see you once again. And looking forward to seeing what Samoza has in store for us today.
My name's Kier, as been previously stated. I'm from Iowa, big city full of metropolis and lots of people out here, not just corn, I promise. I've been playing D&D since 2017, 2018, and saw Dave updating everybody on his building the basement as he was getting it done on Instagram, and then I saw him put out a call for players. I'm like, oh, that sounds really cool, so jumped in on that. I'll be playing Sumosa today. He is, or perhaps was, a human person at one point. Now he's just kind of a bunch of little sticky bits of flesh stuck on a bone structure. They don't always stay on right, but sometimes they do. As he steps out of the shadows, he is using a large staff as a walking stick, which has a withered hand set on the top. And as he walks a few steps, he looks around and pulls his hand up to wave, but realizes that his hand is still attached to the stick and just waves his floppy wrist around and says, "Hello again, my friends," and then grabs the staff and sticks it back onto his wrist. Perhaps with some luck, only a few of us will be horribly eviscerated or irreparably disfigured in this one. I think both I and Garzak have already checked off those boxes, so if one of the others would be okay with volunteering on this one, that would be great. He waves and stands extremely still after his little introduction.
Yeah, it really has been a bit of a rough go for some of you. I can see some wear and tear, but should you make it to the end, I know some very fine physicians down here who would gladly take a look and help you out where needed.
I have this strange crick in my jaw whenever I speak. It kind of offsets. If you could have someone take a look at that, I hope they are practiced in chiropractic.
Well, take a look at the jaws of your fellow contestants here. Maybe we could grab one of those once we're finished here today. Huh?
Yes, you can see that. Thank you.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the show. It's time to get started. As much as I would like to continue our conversations and get to know you all better, we all have a job to do, especially me. And right now, that job is to show you what is available in the gift shop for a very low cost of spinning the wheel of consequence in some cases. Of course, you are free to purchase any other mundane or magical items that you may have the wealth for, but there are always at least 6 that you don't need gold for. Just a little bit of luck and some pieces of your soul. And with that, he does a bit of a quick turn with his red and gold robe flaring up behind him dramatically. And as he does so, out of the shadows, the display cases and shelves of the gift shop appear before you all. And as he kind of makes a motion to direct your attention towards the center display case, you can see the first of the 2 Tier 1 items. And as has been consistent with all of round 2, the first item is an amethyst of enchantment. So this amethyst is a polished purple stone. It will add +1 to attack and damage rolls for any one weapon, spell focus, or holy symbol. And I also want to extend into that any like natural weapons or natural attacks that you may have. Attacks from whichever weapon or focus that this is attached to are considered magical. And it can be infused into any mundane weapon that's not already magical, or a spell focus, holy symbol, or a part of your body that would be used in the attacks. The second item is an agate of defense. This is a polished red stone. This enchants any mundane item, armor, or clothing, and provides +1 to your armor class if the item is being worn or held. So if it is clothing, it must be on your body to take effect. If you do put it on an item, then you have to keep it in your hand for that to take effect. In Tier 2, you can see a weapon. This is a weapon of life stealing. It kind of rotates through a whole bunch of forms as it switches from like a bladed weapon to a hammer to mace. It just keeps changing depending on who's looking at it and what you're focusing on. So you can choose the form of this weapon at the time of purchase. It is a weapon of life stealing, so on a roll of 20, the target will take 10 extra necrotic damage, and the wielder will receive 10 temporary hit points. Of course, temporary hit points don't stack, but any time that you trigger this ability, those temp HP would be reset to 10. The second item in Tier 2 is a periapt of proof against poison. So this is a delicate silver chain that has a brilliant cut black gem pendant. When wearing it, the wearer is immune to the poisoned condition and immune to poison damage. Then in Tier 3, there is a garnet of improved defense. This one is a polished aquamarine garnet. It enchants any mundane item, armor, or clothing to provide it with a +2 to AC. And pay particular attention to this as it's a bit different than previous episodes. This armor also acts as a ring of evasion. So it's not a ring of evasion, but it acts as one, which means it has 3 charges. So if you fail a dexterity saving throw, you can use one of the charges to succeed on the dexterity saving throw. And the last item of Tier 3, this is a weapon of uncanny effectiveness. You choose the form of the weapon at time of purchase. This acts as a sword of sharpness. So on a natural 20 on your attack roll, it does +14 damage, and then you immediately roll another attack roll. If you get another natural 20, it lops off a random limb on your target. Keep in mind, this does not work against creatures with legendary actions or legendary resistances. Okay, and it's not restricted to slashing. That one too can be piercing or bludgeoning depending on what weapon you choose. All right, there you go, everyone. I hope that selection is intriguing to you. As I said before, these items will be very effective in theory, of course. Reality has a way of unfolding in unpredictable ways, but certainly the base abilities of these items would be most beneficial. But I leave it to you, of course, whether you want to take advantage of them or not. So without further ado, it's time to begin our intermission actions. Before we do this, of course, we must roll. So, just a reminder to all of you, for this initiative roll, you can go with just a regular initiative dexterity-based roll. You can do a perception skill check or an intelligence ability check. Okay, let's roll some initiative for our intermission actions. Ari, going with the perception check for a 13. Edifang, perception as well, 19. Forfax, 25 plus 10. Garzak, 10. Ms. Mirabelle.
I will use my knowledge from a past life. When you make an ability check that uses a skill, you can roll a d6 immediately after seeing the number, a d20, and add the d6 to the check.
Okay, plus 4. And Sumoza.
And I would also like to use my knowledge of a past life as well.
Okay, 1. That was a total of 20. Excellent. Then I will see you all when I see you. Keep in mind, you get to use one intermission action at a time. We will cycle through the order and repeat it so that you all have 3 intermission actions. Keep in mind the bonuses for each first time that an intermission action is used. So out of character, for parlay, if you're the first person to parlay, you get to talk to 2 people for the price of 1. If you're the first person at the gift shop, you get 1 free reroll for consequences. And if you're the first person at the archivist, you get advantage on your attack rolls against the monster, and it has disadvantage on attack rolls against you, no matter what roll you get for your research. Greetings, Forfax. It is your turn for your first intermission action. What would you like to do?
Well, Third Ghoul, you were so pleased with the combination of monster and trap room that I think I should visit the archives.
I think that this is a wise choice, Forfax. One moment, please. So at this time, the Fatesand Tavern fades away as the massive archway of the archives appears over you, as you feel yourself almost floating inside as it seems to gather itself around you. The massive piles of bones on the left and the seemingly endless wall and stacks of tomes and books on the right. Could I get you to roll either a persuasion or investigation roll, please? 16. All right, so with a roll of 16, you unlock 1 question. So once you begin talking with the Branga All, you can ask a question about the room, the monster. You can try asking about anything lore related if you want, but we may have to nix that and go back to one of either the monster or the room. Okay.
And so if I ask about, I don't have to ask about the monster to get the bonus from going to the archivist first.
You get that right off the bat.
Okay.
Okay. As you begin to look around at these piles of bones and books, you feel a presence enter into your mind. And at this time, you see the silhouette of Abranga All emerge from the shadow, his humanoid shape, and these shadowed tentacles coming from his mouth. And as he enters into the light, you can see his gray mottled skin, sunken eyes, pure white. And in your head, you hear the voice, "Greetings, Forfax. How may I be of service to you today?"
Greetings, Abrungaul. Well met. I should like to know more about the room that we shall enter.
Wise of you, wise. Please follow me this way. I have something to show you. And as he turns and begins to float away from you, your mind begins to race as suddenly you get images in your mind of a dark, disgusting residence, if you could call it that, almost like a cave filled with piles of organic matter. You see bone and flesh and fur, hides, all stacked in these bizarre piles. Liquid on the ground as you seem to be getting memories from someone else. You can almost feel and hear this sucking and squelching sound as you're walking through this lair. The smell is horrific. In fact, you almost retch as soon as you see it and begin to experience it. And then in the shadows, this huge monstrosity takes shape. It almost looks like a mix between a brain and just this solid, shifting, undulating form of muscle. As you see a Sibriex, it's chains that kept it restrained somewhere, having long been broken, as they all drag behind it as it hovers around the room. You get these images of people being in its presence and their flesh just dissolving from the intensity of this poisonous aura this creature has. You see its chains whipping across in this large arc, striking people and just splattering them apart. You see bile being propelled from within its body, striking people and then just dissolving down into bone before collapsing onto the floor. If it's not clear, yes, it is a Sibriex that you guys will be facing, and you now have advantage on all of your attacks against this creature, and it has disadvantage on its attack rolls against you. With your roll of 16, you can ask one question, and you do want to learn about the room, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So the room that you will be battling your contestants in is the doll room, aka musical chairs, from episode 8. With 15, you know that at the end of every round, there will be some sort of explosion that will do damage that changes each round. And you also know that there are a number of chairs that if you are sitting in one at the end of the round, before that explosion happens, these kind of magical cylinders will descend, protecting whoever is sitting in them from the damage of these explosions. And with that, that is the end of your first intermission action. See you shortly. Greetings, Somoza. It is your turn for your first intermission action. What would you like to do?
Sumosa comes lugging in a big old chest of equipment, with him holding one handle and a raven trying to hold the other one. He's like, "Oh no, just be a little bit more useful." Thunk. I'd like to go to the gift shop, please.
Gift shop, no problem. And with that, the Fate's Hand Tavern fades away as the display cases of the gift shop apparate before you. What are you interested in here today, Sumoza? Tiered items, I hope.
Of course, I wouldn't expect anything less. Those are where the real power lies in these. I have a quick question before we get started.
Of course.
He will tap his walking stick on the ground a couple times and say, "This is a fine walking stick, but I was wondering if I might trade it in for another item, perhaps."
I am afraid that these are buyer beware. We cannot trade in gift shop items.
Never mind, that is totally fine. The ever-increasing speed of this competition necessitates that I must also accelerate my own plans.
I would like to grab that garnet of improved defense that looks so beautiful in Tier 3.
Very well. Would you like this permanently or temporarily?
Most definitely permanently.
Permanently. And with that, you have 3 d20 rolls to make. If you could do your first one. You are the first person to visit the gift shop, so you do have a free reroll.
For the rerolls, am I able to retroactively reroll after seeing the 3 rolls, or do I have to choose on that roll whether or not I'm rerolling it?
You'd have to choose on the roll. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
right,
you know what? No, since it's a gift shop special thing, I would let you see the 3 consequences, and then you can pick which one you want to reroll. Yeah, I think that's a better reward. In 19, -4 to initiative.
All right. Does that just affect the initiative score, or does that affect any skills used in place of initiative?
It's just your final initiative roll, whichever way you get to it. 18. So a -2 to your DCs. So any spell save DCs or like maneuver DCs, it would be a -2 to the rolls that are required to be.
That counts for spells too, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I think it's pretty safe to say I'm not going to encounter a worse one than that, so I'm just going to reroll that one now.
Very well. An 8.
As an 8.
So charisma and con saves are at disadvantage. Okay, then your final roll, please.
14.
14 -2 charisma.
Okay. I will take that one.
With that nasty business out of the way, congratulations on your +2 to your armor class. And also, yeah, keep in mind that you now have the effects of a ring of evasion. So 3 charges. If you fail a dex save, you can choose to use a charge to succeed. Any other purchases you would like to make, Samoza?
I would also like to unload the contents of this chest.
And he will flip it open and then I'm going to have trouble flipping it over and then just like kick it and spill out everything inside. And for clarity's sake, that is the chest that comes with starting equipment, a crowbar, a hammer, a book, a steel mirror, and 2 torches. Would you like the gold values associated with those now, or is the document that I set ahead of time to Remy fine for that?
Document's good. I'll put up a note like here to show what you're buying and selling, or selling at least.
Yeah. And as he flips it over, he says,
This is heavy junk, honestly. I don't need it, and it's just slowing down my already frail limbs. But with that trade and the gracious amount of gold you've given me for advancing to this round, I would like to take a look at your drink selection. Non-alcoholic, of course, but perhaps restorative drinks.
and he will look over all the bottles that might be on the counter and pick out a couple.
This potion of greater healing, and the 2 potions of regular old dilly-dally healing. I'll take these.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, potion of greater healing, 2 potions of healing. Anything else we can offer you today, Samoza?
He will pull out a notebook as the in-character looks at the notes that I have out of character written for myself.
No, I believe that'll be all for this trip. Thank you for your customer service. I'll give you a 5 out of 5 stars.
I appreciate that, huh? It goes a long way, reputation. Good luck to you, Samoza. I will see you shortly. Greetings, Idefang. It is your turn for your intermission action. What would you like to do for your first one?
Daranguli, do not make it modest. But I will I will parlay.
Very well. I am pleased to inform you you're the first to choose the parlay option, so you may speak with two. Who would you like to invite?
My soul-bound brethren.
Greetings, Ari. You have been summoned to a parlay circle by Edafang. Do you accept or refuse the invitation?
I'll accept.
Very well. Garzak, you too have been summoned to this multi-person parlay circle. Do you accept or refuse?
I accept.
In that case, Edafang, you have 3 minutes to parlay with your soul-bound brethren. It begins now.
Hello, boys. Looks like I have been the first to parlay. So,
Very good.
Yep.
Kind of prevents them from, getting some type of ideas against him and against us early,
I have my concerns.
Absolutely.
So, what you guys' plans with, I guess, I know, Ed, it's your time. I'm not going to take it from you, but I was just going to say, I guess we don't know what's been taken yet, aside from Parlay, but I think it's a pretty good bet that maybe Gift Shop was next. But we have a couple people before I go. Yeah, no, Mirabelle's next. I think I might try for the Archivist just to see, it might be the least likely gone to so far. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. Figure out the room.
Yeah. What do you think I should ask the Archivist? I kind of just have notes, to ask about the terrain and the monster and stuff like that. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, definitely the room.
Okay.
And if you can find out the monster's weakness.
Weaknesses. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a bit overwhelmed at the moment.
Yeah, it's a little different dilemma when we're doing not all the intermission actions at the same time, right?
Absolutely.
Kind of rush to each place.
Yeah, and I feel like we definitely spoke in stasis, so
yeah,
we have our minds made up about a lot of things. This was just a preliminary.
Oh yeah, it's a defense, great defense. Make sure they don't team up against us, and they might do it anyway, but now they can't talk about it all at the same time, or at least sacrifice too many things to do it.
Absolutely.
Who seems like the
biggest threat? Most can fly. Also has some consequences, yeah?
Absolutely.
And, in terms of durability, I think I can speak on Forfax. Can't really do the type of creatures I can do. So he's going to be dealing with less to work with in terms of durability, but still can do it twice. So it's going to take a lot to take him down for good.
I think hopefully everyone's on the same page to, wrestle with the creature first.
Yeah, Mirabelle kind of alluded to working together in the first round at least, so that's good. Definitely don't target her if it comes to it. But, this is going to be a tough one.
And, gentlemen, that is your 3 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun plotting the demise of others. But this ends your first intermission action, Edafang. I will see the rest of you momentarily. Greetings, Miss Mirabelle. Nice to see you again. It is your turn for your first intermission action. What would you like to do?
Well, it's good to see you too, Thermghoul. I don't seem to have as many complaints about stasis as the rest of the lot, but I would like to parlay with Forfax, I believe.
Greetings, Forfax. You have been summoned to a parlay circle by Ms. Mirabelle. Do you accept or refuse the invitation?
I shall accept.
Very well. In that case, Ms. Mirabelle, you have 3 minutes and it begins now.
Greeting, Forfax. I have to say I'm a huge fan of your work and just honestly your style. I think it should be fairly obvious to myself, you and Samoza that we are divided. This is two teams eventually. My intentions are to take down the monster first. We've seen how powerful and how much of a boon it is to reap those rewards. However, I have a rather big ask of you. My coin purse is a little light. I'm not sure if you have money to spare, but I am looking for 165 on the high end or 45 on the low end. On top of that, I think a good strategy for taking on these three eventually is to stay out of range. I've seen both you and Samoza leave the ground. I myself was able to do it, but can't afford such things currently. Hopefully that can change. I have to say I'm nervous for the room. It sounds like Therum Ghoul says the room and the beast are quite the battle. I'll leave the rest of the speaking to you. That's my bit.
I think it is wise that you approached. I'm afraid that as far as coin goes, I won't be able to help. I have little myself. But I do have something that could be of equal or greater value. Information about this room and the monster. That could, perhaps an alternate strategy might be necessary. But in this game, as we've seen, words are paltry things, and actions are not much sturdier, in truth. So I would be willing to share what I know and align myself with you at the cost of a soul bond. The only true commitment of your intentions that I can trust.
Yeah, pause, Dave. Without hesitation, she crushes one. To do that.
As much as I would like to destroy the monster first and handle the other contestants second, we will be entering the dollhouse and fighting the Sibriex.
I see.
With a poisonous aura and those melee-based contestants on that other side. I think we should ally ourselves with the Sibriex, in truth, until it kills one or more of them.
Very well. I intend to persuade one of our enemies to not strike out at us with the use of a fate sphere here, so.
And that is your 3 minutes. This was a very key move, Miss Mirabelle. I hope that this works out for the two of you. Greetings, Ari. It is your turn for your first intermission action. It's nice to see you. What would you like to do?
I think I want to go to the Archivist.
Archivist. So, as the Fate's Hand Tavern fades away and the grand arch of the archives appears over your head, you find that it seems to be either that you are hovering into it or it is kind of reaching around to encompass you. At this time, I need you to give me either a persuasion or an investigation check, please.
That's not bad. 17.
Okay, so just for your own reference, the first threshold for knowledge is of 15, so you will get one question that you can ask about either the monster or the room. The next threshold is 20, so it's just the one question. Okay. As you enter into the archives and see the bones on the left and the endless tomes on the right, you feel a presence enter your mind as Abranga All makes himself known. Before you see his physical form emerging from the shadows, you hear his voice within your head. Welcome, Bestiarius. How can Abranga All, Grand Archivist of the Crucible of Fate, serve you today?
Before he sees him, he's gonna do like a fuck off, ghost. Oh wait, no, you're not Ghost. You're Archivist, aren't you? I don't think we met before. Hey, do you like watermelons? I can leave a watermelon in the tavern for you if you like. You know, I know you don't like Therum Ghoul all that much, but you know, maybe just go when he's not there. I'll hide up on the bar for you if you want. Anyway, what can you tell me about the terrain we're going to see?
The terrain. It is an interesting room indeed. You will be fighting within the dollhouse, also known as musical chairs. Follow me and we shall do some research.
And he just leads you a few paces away and seems to reach up as the many lines of stacks of tomes all collectively recede into the floor, into shadow, and he puts his hand out and grabs onto a book, flips it open for you.
Within this room, at the end of every 6 seconds, there will be an explosion of some type where anyone who is not within the safety of sitting on the chairs protected by arcane barriers will be subject to the damage of these explosions. So I encourage you to take refuge within one of these chairs.
Okay. Does that qualify for my question, or can I ask more?
What would you like to know?
Like, are the chairs magical? Do they have like some type of resistance or aid to the person that's in them in terms of like defending it, or I don't know, stuff like that?
The chairs themselves are indestructible. However, they do not provide any additional defensive benefit to those seated upon them.
Okay. And the explosions, do you know like what types of explosions it's going to be?
You will see fire, poison, cold, lightning, and a darkness that erodes the flesh.
Out of character, I can take that to mean necrotic.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is there like? So I get that that's the thing in the room where you got to have the chairs to survive the thing. But is there a way to get out of the room early? Do you know what I mean? Or is it just like if somebody dies, that's it?
I can only tell you there is another way out of the room, but I'm afraid that we have reached the sum of knowledge I can provide to you at this time.
All right, thanks, man. Don't forget the watermelon.
Thank you. It's been some time.
Oh, hey, actually, I had a question. Could you take some bit of it and then like keep it for a while and then ferment it? Because like there's no alcohol in there, and the guys really like alcohol, and it's like all the bottles are all dusty and empty, and it makes them mad.
I see.
You seem like you got a lot of time on your hands. That's why I ask. I don't know about your hobbies, but maybe fermenting is one of them.
I am in the process of fermenting myself, I believe.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna leave all the extra watermelons for you then. One of them is going to be for us, and then all the other one back there for you.
I'm sure I can find some servant here to get this done for you.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Thanks.
Good luck to you, Ari.
Thanks, man.
Greetings, Garzak. It is your turn for your intermission action. What would you like to do for your first one?
I shall go to the gift shop.
No problem. Follow me, please. And as Therum Ghoul does a quick little turn, the Fate's Hand Tavern disappears as the shelves and display cases of the gift shop appear before you. What are you interested in purchasing today, Garzak?
What tiered items are still there?
So as you look at the display cases, all of the items are there, save for one tier 3 item. And that is the Garnet of Improved Defense. That is gone.
So, all right. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna spend some gold first, and then I'll decide whether or not I want a tiered item. Starting out, I have 337 gold, 8 silver, and then 5 copper. I'm going to be selling 8 pellets of Dust of Dryness. The selling price for all that will be 480. I'm going to be selling the general starting gear I looted from my last episode. That will come up to 100. And I'm going to be selling 3 + 1 arrows. That will net me 37 gold and 5 silver. I'm going to be selling my potion of poison. That will net me 50 gold. And then I'm going to be selling my scale mail. That will be that'll be 25 gold. After that, I will be purchasing adamantine scale mail for 550. I'll be buying 2 regular potions of healing. That will cost me 100. And yeah, this is where I need to decide whether or not I want a tier item. Okay.
Well, many of them are quite useful, Garzak. Powerful weapons and protective elements.
So, question about the description of this room. Is the wheel of consequence visible? Like, is it like an actual wheel in the room, or does it show up when I want to grab the item?
The consequences?
Yeah, the wheel of consequence.
Oh, the wheel. As it even comes into your mind, you get a picture of it, and you can see it kind of spinning somewhere.
I see. Okay.
What's a little bit of risk when it comes to such tremendous reward?
All right. You can veto this if this is out of bounds, but I want to try something here. I'm going to reach for the amethyst, the tiered 1 item, but I want to clear my mind completely of the wheel of consequence. Like, prevent it from even showing up. Is that something I could attempt?
Sure. Give me either Arcana or a straight intelligence roll, please.
Okay. Yeah, this is the same thing. Here goes absolutely nothing. Oh shoot! I saw it hit the 18, then rolled the 5. So nah.
So you see reality kind of start to shimmer a little bit as the wheel of consequence seems to be fighting to make its way to you. And Therumgol looks over. How ingenious of you, Garzak. I am quite impressed. However, I cannot have this. And he snaps his fingers and it just appears beside you.
Very well. I will take the amethyst permanently. Ooh.
Natural 1. You feel things really start to grind down. Your body does not seem to be reacting as quickly as it once was, as you are now slowed.
Yeah, I'm gonna Fate Spear that.
11. -2 wisdom.
All right, yeah, I'll take that. Sorry. That's not what I meant to.
No problem at all. So yeah, +1 to attack rolls and damage to whatever weapon or focus you attach that to.
All right. And yeah, so just to be clear, this is slightly different from what I sent to the registrar. The only difference is going to be I'm not selling my battle axe this time. So I'll still have that, and so I'll just fix it. So that's the only difference from what I sent, just to be fully transparent with that.
Yep, no problem. Yeah, I think Remy heard all that, so No problem.
Okay.
Can I interest you in another item from the tiered ones?
No, but you have 3 tongues.
3 tongues?
Yes.
Like for purchase?
If I must buy it, so be it, but 3. Ideally, one being larger than the other 2.
Out of character, is this just a narrative thing? Or
Yeah, this would be completely cosmetic.
I am happy to accommodate you. Perhaps if you just put a bit of thought into what size and the shape and color of tongue you would like, I can facilitate those coming to you.
And he'll close his eyes and he'll say, 1 green, 1 black, the larger one, half and half.
Hey, whatever floats your boat. Dare I ask what these will be used for?
They are the symbol of my gods. I will fix them to my shield.
I see. It's a religious thing. Okay. A little bit more at ease now. Greetings, Forfax. It is your turn for your second intermission action. Tell me, what would you like to do?
Well, it appears some shopping is in order. I will attend the gift shop.
Very well. And in front of your eyes, as Thermgul does a quick turn, the display cases and shelves of the gift shop appear out of shadow. You can see in the tiered items that in Tier 1, the Amethyst of Enchantment is gone, and in Tier 3, the Garnet of Improved Defense is gone. What can I interest you in today, Forfax?
I have a list of mundane items that I'd like to buy and sell, which I've already provided. Should I go through those, Dave, or no?
If you want to rhyme them off quickly, you can, or I'll just pop up a window. It's up to you.
Alright. I'm selling basically all my miscellaneous stuff: the traveling clothes, my leather armor, scimitar, bedroll, mess kit, rations, rope, tinderbox, torches, water skin. I'm purchasing a breastplate, caltrip, 2 sets of caltrips, 1 set of ball bearings, a potion of greater healing, and a potion of healing. So I came into it with a total of 6. I end up with net 34 gold, 34 and a half gold when it's all said and done. And then I should like, from Tier 2, the parapet of proof against poison.
Very well. Would you like this permanently or temporarily?
Temporarily, please.
Temporarily it is. Caution. Caution can be a wise choice in this place.
20.
Oh, a natural 20. Congratulations to you, Forfax. You see, in round 2, a natural 20 means no consequence.
Lovely.
For your first one. Now it is time for your second roll. 11. You are dead. Just kidding. -2 wisdom. That's -2 to your base ability score.
Yeah. That's rough. It's temporary. I will take it. There are far worse things on the list.
All right, well, in that case, congratulations on your new periapt of proof against poison. You are now completely immune to poison damage and the poison condition. Anything else you would like to purchase, Forfax?
No, that is all.
Very well. So ends your second intermission action. I will see you soon. Greetings, Somoza. It is your turn for your second intermission action. What would you like to do?
I'm feeling a bit weak from my shopping trip. Perhaps it's all the things I was carrying, or perhaps it's the magical effects. But I would like to take this time to make preparations for myself for the upcoming event.
Very well. And how would you like to prepare?
I will just require Argent's help. Put on my shoulder, sir. Thank you, sir.
And he will start muttering and use both of his 3rd level slots to cast Remove Curse on himself and remove 2 of those consequences.
Okay. Which consequences would you like to remove?
Yeah, I definitely want to get rid of that Charisma and Con save at disadvantage.
Okay, so that's 1 off of the Garnet of Improved Defense.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
And then the second Remove Curse will go to the -2 in Charisma, as I really like to have high spellcasting abilities.
Okay, and just for clarity then, all that remains is that -4 to initiative?
Yes, on that Garnet, yes.
On the Garnet, yeah. Okay, then I'm gonna take off one of the rings I put on you. Done. Any other preparations you would like to make?
That is all for now, but I have a feeling next time I see you, I may be taking a nice long nap. Ta-ta.
All right, I will see you shortly for your final intermission action. Good luck, Sumazo. Greetings, Idefang. It is time for your second intermission action. What would you like to do?
I would like to visit the gift shop.
Gift shop. 1 moment, please. And as you say the word gift shop, Thermgul quickly takes a step back and does a bit of a dramatic turn. You see the display cases appear out of the shadow. You can see that the Amethyst of Enchantment is gone in Tier 1. In Tier 2, the Periapt of Proof Against Poison is gone. And in Tier 3, the Garnet of Improved Defense is gone. How can I be of service to you here at the gift shop, Idefang?
I'm going to start with a couple regular items. I will like to purchase 2 spell rat tattoos. Do you need to know what they are?
Yep, you might as well.
Yeah, so 2 spell rat tattoos, both cantrips of lightning lure.
Okay, both are lightning lure.
Yep. That's 80 gold pieces, and I'm going to sell my axe for 5 gold pieces, which leaves me with 253.
Okay.
I'm assuming I'm not the first one here.
You're not.
Yeah. You do know how to tempt someone, don't you, Thermgul?
Oh, I'm not even trying. But I can assure you that the 3 items that are left are all extremely useful. It could definitely change the outcome of the game for you. And imagine the glory if you were to cut off someone's leg or arm.
I tend to stick with natural weapons. But that agate of defense is very tempting.
A little bit of protection never hurt anybody, huh? See what I did there?
I might, I'm gonna hold off this round. Let me think about it.
I think you just sealed your loss.
Well, we will see, Thermgul. We will see.
Greetings, Miss Mirabelle. It is time for your second intermission action. What would you like to do?
Very well. I was just scribbling in a notepad here, trying to do some math. I think I'll go spend some gold and get some consequences at the gift shop.
At the word gift shop, Thermgul takes a step back and the Fate's Hand Tavern disappears as the display cases and shelves of the gift shop apparate in front of you. You can see that the Amethyst of Enchantment from Tier 1 is gone. In Tier 2, the Periapt of Proof Against Poison is gone. And in Tier 3, the Garnet of Improved Defense is gone. However, the other 3 items remain. What can I interest you in at the gift shop today, milady?
Let's start with the longsword of Lastila, please.
This item has been here, I think, since the beginning of round 2. I am very excited to see it in action. Would you like it permanently or temporarily?
I believe I'd like this permanently, Therum Ghoul.
A 9. So a roll of 9. This is -2 strength.
Okay. Give me a moment.
Yep.
I think I'll be spinning another one of these. She holds up and crushes a fate sphere. Ooh.
Poisoned. So that would mean that attack rolls and ability checks would be at disadvantage.
That doesn't taste the greatest, but I think I'll be able to actually manage that better. That was almost a 1, so happy it rolled once more.
Okay, 19 is a -4 to initiative.
That is all right. I have awful initiative to begin with, so I accept these terms.
Okay.
I've never been one to, at least I don't think, act quickly or hastily, so that'll do.
It's good to think things over first. Then congratulations on your weapon of life stealing. What form will it be taking?
This is going to be a long sword, Therum Ghoul. Question for you, Dave.
Yep.
From the magic item list, when people have gotten a vicious weapon in the past, that buff applies to their current weapon. Their sword becomes vicious, kind of thing, and same with armor and stuff. If I were to get vicious, can I stack that on top of this so it's a vicious longsword of life stealing?
Yes, it's just the other way around. If you already had a vicious, you wouldn't have been able to like transmogrify it, you know?
Yeah. No, I don't. I just have a mundane longsword that now I'll be selling because I don't need. I have this life stealing one. Well, Therum Ghoul, I'll be handing this old thing in, and the longsword of life stealing she now has takes on the form of the giant butcher's cleaver. And she will hand you the battle-worn Butcher's Cleaver longsword. So I will sell that for half of 15.
Okay.
I will sell my last starting gift was pellets of Dust of Dryness, so I'll sell the last pellet, valued at 120 for half of 60. I'm trying to buy a level 2 spell rot tattoo. It's 480.
Okay.
I'm still like a good 100 gold off. I have enough non-mundane things to sell to get there. It's just mathing it out on whether it's worth it or not.
Sure. So I'll move on to the next person. It allows you to think as long and hard as you want, and then just message Glenn and Remy and let them know what you decided on, and then I'll trust that it's verified for when we start playing. Okay.
Perfect.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. See you in a
awesome.
bit.
Thanks.
Greetings, Ari. It is time for your second intermission action. What would you like to do?
I'm going to go to the gift shop. I have some things to trade in and buy.
Very well. With this, Therum Ghoul does a bit of a turn, and as he does, the Fate's Hand Tavern disappears as the gift shop appears before you. You can immediately see that on the tiered items, the amethyst is gone in tier 1. In tier 2, both items are gone, and in tier 3, the garnet of improved defense is gone. How can I be of service to you here at the gift shop, Ari?
I'm going to trade in this. I appreciate your gifts, Therum Ghoul and all, but I'm going to trade in this Mariner's armor because I can change into things that can swim just fine. I don't really need it. I think it goes for 750, and then in addition to my 300 I got for this round, I'm going to buy a potion of vitality.
Potion of vitality. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're selling the Mariner's armor for half. 750 is half.
750 is half of the price, which is 15. Yeah.
Anything else you would like to purchase?
Nope, that's it.
Very well. That was easy. I will see you shortly for a final intermission action.
See you later, man.
Greetings, Garzak. It is time for your second intermission action. What would you like to do?
I will see the archivist.
Very well. One moment, please. As soon as you say the word archivist, the Fate's Hand Tavern disappears and you find yourself moving through
the massive archway of the archives. And as you set your eyes upon the massive piles of bones on the left and the endless stacks of tomes on the right, I need you to give me either a persuasion or investigation roll, please.
Could I attempt to intimidate him?
Sure. 18. Okay, so just for your awareness, 18 is enough to get you to the first tier of information. So that can get you some info about the monster or the room, but the next tier is DC 20, so you got to the first tier. Okay. As you set your eyes upon the stacks of books, you feel a presence begin to enter your mind as Abranga all emerges from the shadows. And as he makes his presence known, you hear in your head,
"Greetings, Karzak. How can I help you today?"
Garzak will look around the room and all the books and stuff. And then he'll snap his head at him and stare deep into his eyes, at least where they should be, I think. And Garzak will say, "The champion of Therum Ghoul will have a higher place at the table than his bookkeeper. You will tell me what I want to know."
You see him kind of recede back from you just a bit and kind of cant his head.
"Of course, you are right, Karzak. I would not wish to upset one that could be my future master. What would you like to know?"
Explain to me the room.
So you get imagery in your mind of the dollhouse, otherwise known as musical chairs, from episode 8. And you see 4 chairs sitting in a room with many, many shelves of dolls that adorn the walls. You also see emerging from the center of the room this kind of pedestal, and on the pedestal a rotating pentagonal shape with various colors of orbs, and at the end of each round, these protective cases will come down to encapsulate the chairs and those sitting upon them. And then you see the various explosions, fire, poison, cold, lightning, and necrotic, that seem to permeate and damage everything in the room, save for the dolls that are protected behind these magical barriers and those that are within the protective barriers of around the chairs.
Garzak will smile.
"Thank you. Happy to serve, and good luck to you."
And greetings, Forfax. It is time for your final intermission action. Tell me, what would you like to do?
I'd like to take the preparation action.
How would you like to prepare, Forfax?
So I will first use Radiant Soul, which once per long rest, you can transform, gaining glimmering eyes into incorporeal wings. I can fly for the next minute, and at 30 feet speed, and then you can have one attack or spell deal 6 additional radiant damage during that time. I would also like to use Starry Form, which uses one of my 2 wild shapes, and I will take the form of the Archer, which allows me to make an attack as a bonus action. That does 1d8 plus 3 radiant damage. And as far as spells go, I would just like to cast Resistance on myself with concentration.
I think Resistance is a reaction, though, right?
No, this one is
that's
you
absorb
touch
elements.
one willing.
Yeah. Sorry.
So this will give me an extra D4 on saving throws for the next minute until it's used.
Okay, resistance and its concentration?
Yes. And
Good thing there's nothing there.
the last bit is just the parapet that I just got. I'll tuck it into my breastplate so that it's not visible.
Yep, sure, that's fine. Any more preparations for you, huh?
No, I'm all finished already.
Very well. You have no idea how hard it is for me not to say, I see you've made preparations A through G. How about preparation H? Greetings, Somoza. It is time for your final intermission action. What would you like to do?
I do believe this old man needs a bit of a nap. I would like to take a short rest.
Very well. Okay, so yeah, you get all of the benefits of short rest back. Anything else for you, Somoza?
I think I'm quite well. Ready to go.
Enjoy your nap. Probably a 15-minute nap.
It's very, very short.
And he just crumples into a pile on the ground.
Greetings, Idefang. It is your turn for your final intermission action. What would you like to do?
I would like you to take me to Abrunga Hall, please.
Archivist, no problem. And with that, Thermgol snaps his fingers, and the Fate's Hand Tavern disappears, and you find yourself within the archway of the archives. As you begin to look around and see the piles of bones on the left and endless stacks on the right, the presence of Abrunga Hall begins to enter your mind. I need you to make a persuasion or investigation or actually intimidation roll. 6. So just for metagame knowledge, 6 does not reach the minimum threshold to gain any information from the archivist about the room or the monster, just in case. Just want to let you know, in case you want to. If you have anything else available to you to alter your roll.
Yeah, you know what? I will use a Fate Sphere to reroll that.
17. So that would get you the first tier of information of either the monster or the room, or a lore-based question if that intrigues you.
Tell me, Idefang, what would you like to know?
What beast will we be facing today?
Today you will be facing the Sibriex. A very powerful creature indeed. I am also able to tell you that this is a particularly tough version.
So it has 216 hit points, AC 19, and it is immune to the poisoned condition. And that is the info you get at the first tier.
Very good.
Is there anything else I can help you with, Idefang?
Do I still get a Modane question as well?
I mean, if you want to ask something, go ahead, but depends on what it is.
Yes. So Abrunga Hall. It seems that Arkham Greaves took a soul that doesn't belong to him. How does one get one back?
All of his kind take souls that don't belong to them. You would need to find the item in which those souls are stored, and then have them liberated from within. With Arkham Greaves, they are held within a phylactery he keeps upon his person.
Destroy the Lich. Very good.
that is everything, then I wish you good luck in your battle to come, Edafang. It will not be an easy one.
I suspect not.
Greetings, Miss Mirabelle. It is time for your final intermission action. What would you like to do?
Well, I had hoped to hear from Samosa by now. Hoped that he had reached out to me or Forfax, but hopefully the situation is clear to him and he's just preparing best he can. I shall take my last intermission action to prepare myself as best I can.
Very well. How would you like to prepare?
So out of character, I will be drinking my elixir of health to cure the poison condition.
Okay. No longer poisoned.
I will mix that old cocktail together with my potion of heroism. What's the roll you need for me for 2 of those potions?
Well, that was an elixir of health. I'm still gonna say that it's a healing one though, and that it's not gonna affect miss ability.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am under the effect of heroism then, which is bless, and that will give me 10 temporary HP as well. Then I'm going to cast on myself. I will begin concentrating as we go through the portal. Shield of Faith, which will buff my AC. And lastly, as we go through the portal, I will be spending a Fate Sphere to initiate a social roll on Edafang.
Okay. And that was a persuasion one, right?
Yeah, persuasion social roll.
Okay. Any other
I hope, Therum Ghoul, that some semblance of Murloc is left in there. I can't help but feel guilty for leaving him behind last we met. It's strange seeing him in all his physical similarities, but just knowing it's not the same person in there.
Well, hopefully he is buried and he harbors no ill will towards you.
I hope not. I mean, I had received his sword at one point. I'm not sure if you remember that. I had all intentions at one point of giving it back to him, but at this point, I think I'm happy I'm not giving Edafang a sword to take my head with.
It's interesting the positions that fate puts us in.
Absolutely.
Well, we shall see what happens. Perhaps you will take his sword anyway. Greetings, Ari. It is time for your final intermission action. What would you like to do?
So I am going to prepare actions.
Okay. Prepare. And how would you like to prepare?
First I want to cast Goodberry.
Of course.
6 of them are going to be regular Goodberry, and the rest are going to be watermelons, of course. He's going to hide 2 behind the bar for the archivist, and the other 2 are going to be like out on the tables like they usually are for the victors. He is also going to cast Longstrider, and just want to make sure I'm getting the rules right on spells that last a minute. They'll only last for the first for the short rest, right?
No, they'll last you for, if it's 1 minute, they'll last you for 10 rounds, but you use up one of the round before you go in, so it's active right on your turn. Okay. But when the monster leaves, that little short rest thing is instantaneous, so it doesn't take up any time.
Oh, okay. So even spells that last a minute can last into the second part.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right, then I'm gonna do Aura of Vitality.
Aura of Vitality. Okay.
Yeah.
And with Aura of Vitality, is anyone else affected by that?
Not right now. It's a creatures that are in my aura, I can choose to heal them as a bonus action on my turn.
And it's 30 feet?
Yeah, 30-foot radius.
All right. Are either of those concentration?
Long Strider's not, Aura of Vitality is.
Okay, I'm just putting those on your mini. Any other preparations you'd like to make?
No, that's it.
Don't get too comfortable, Ari. We will begin momentarily.
All right, see you, man.
Greetings, Garzak. It is time for your final intermission action. What would you like to do?
I shall return to the gift shop.
I do appreciate a repeat customer, no question about that. And as the display cases and shelves appear before you, Thermghoul looks at you expectantly. What would you like to purchase?
What remains of the tiered items?
So in Tier 1, the Agate of Defense is still there. Tier 2, both items are gone. And Tier 3, the Weapon of Uncanny Effectiveness is still there.
Very well. I miscounted how much money I had. I would like to purchase more things.
Sure. What can we get for you?
So I'm going to buy a potion of fire breath. So after buying the potion, let's see here. That would leave me with 229.5 gold. I'm going to buy a spell rot tattoo, cantrip of lightning lore, 2 of those, so that'll be 80 gold. And then I will buy one of not Vine Whip, that's Pokemon, Thorn Whip.
Okay, Thorn Whip.
Yeah. And so the lightning lore tattoos, they'll be on my right and left hands, and I'll get the Thorn Whip tattooed onto Garzak's tongue.
Okay, cool. Nice.
All right, so I will drink the potion of fire breath now, so you don't have to do it later.
Okay, perfect.
And that the duration on that's an hour, I believe.
Yeah, you're good.
Right, and that will be it.
I welcome you all back from your various intermission actions. I am absolutely tingling here at the moment. I cannot wait to see what happens. If you would all please follow me into the gated gallery. As we're making our way to the gated gallery, Thermghoul seems to be gliding away from you all, and you find that the Fate's Hand Tavern elements shift into this archway as double doors open inwards, allowing you access to the gated gallery. You see the many rows and columns of gates that were used during round 1, all now as if they've had the power source turned off, as they're all inactive. And you just see the one single gateway, this monolith with a portal in the center. Nothing but black shadow and little like wisps that just emanate from within and then dissipate just a few inches away from the portal. You all line up in a bit of a semicircle as Thermghoul stands directly beside the portal. It's a wonderful life, isn't it? It doesn't get much better than this. This moment of calm before the vicious storm that you're about to walk into. You should feel the life just pulsing within you, the desires, the plans. For half of you, all of these are going to be gone in just 1 minute. Oh, it's glorious. And I will get to spend quite a while with what remains of you and your soul down here, and I intend to check in on you periodically. whoever comes into possession of your soul and does with it whatever they would like. I like to keep tabs on my former contestants and make sure, they're uncomfortable and don't have everything they need. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's time now for us to roll our initiative, folks. So we are going to go one at a time here. This will be your initiative throughout the encounter. We're going to make sure it's captured in D&D Beyond in our encounter tracker. When it is your turn, you can do your regular initiative check. You can do a perception skill check or an intelligence ability check. Then in order, we're going to declare what's in our hands. First of all, anything that's changed in our appearance or things that have been altered due to your intermission actions. And then, of course, you can address your fellow contestants, Tharangul, or the Eyes of Truth. All right, so let's get started with that, and we will begin with Ari. A 23, Edafang, 21, Forfax, 19. There's some good rolls, getting it when it counts. Now down to our bottom left for Garzak. I jinxed you, Garzak. 12. Ms. Mirabelle, 14.
Sorry, Dave, that's actually a 10. I've got a -4 to initiative group.
Okay, I'll adjust that manually. Sumozo.
And I would also like to use my knowledge from my past life to add to this. Total of 22 plus the -4 as well.
All right, we are all set.
I do also have to roll initiative for my pet bird.
Oh, it's a separate one. Okay, go ahead and roll
Yes.
that. Okay, so total of 7 for Argent. In that case, up first, we have Ari.
Yeah, no changes. Maybe a little watermelon juice around the edges of his mouth. See an extra potion on his belt. That's it.
Okay, anything Ari wants to say to anyone?
Good luck, everybody. Watermelon's good.
And what about in your hands?
Just the shield. Scimitar's on the hip, not in his hand.
Thank you, Ari. Next up is Edafang.
Yeah, so Edafang appears a bit more feral looking than before. Eyes a little bit more bestial than human. His hair's kind of wild, and nails and teeth are sharpened to points. He wears a battle harness, essentially just flavored scale mail. He carries a shield in his left hand with the image of a wolf, and you can see a few javelins poking out from behind his back. His right hand is empty, and he takes a slow look around the room and pauses at Miss Marimel. And a grin cracks his lips, but it appears more sinister than anything else. Miss Maribel, I'm sure Murloc would have been happy to see you if you hadn't let him die at the hands of Arkland Greaves. Unfortunately for you, Moppet, I don't think running is in the cards today. Let's try and fight it out this time, shall we?
And then Edafang goes through the portal?
Goes through the portal.
Okay, and I know you said one hand was empty. What about the other one?
The shield.
Shield. Okay, got it. Shots fired. Love it. Forfax, you are up next.
Forfax now has radiant glowing eyes, ethereal black wings with sprinkles of kind of starlight peeking through them, and he's strapped on a breastplate, so his armor's changed slightly. Beyond that, no. He's got a shield in his left arm. His right hand is empty, and he takes a deep breath and says, just kind of whispers to himself and to the group, "Glory to the victor, on to the dead." Just kind of nods and walks forward.
Thank you, Forfax. Somoza.
Somoza has his staff still in one hand. He has a amber necklace on his neck, and a gem pinned to his dilapidated armor on his, below his left shoulder. and he has a raven perched on his shoulder. And as he begins to walk through toward the door, he says,
It is good to see you again, Murloc, if that's still you. You seem rather testy today. But let's go, everyone. Let's work together. Let's kill the monster first. Yes, yes.
gives up 2 thumbs, and the bird gives a little winged thumb. And as he walks through, he nods at Ari as well and says,
Thank you for the watermelon. I'm sure it's delicious if I had taste buds.
And he stuffs it into his pack and then walks on through.
Garzak.
All right, so Garzak, he's changed quite a bit. He's traded out his previous scale mail for one that looks a bit nicer, less jungle grime on it. But it's a dark green, almost as if he would wear this to camouflage himself in a jungle. On the pommel of his battle axe, is a purple amethyst that's just kind of been fixed to it. On his right and left hand is a dragon with a horn on the snout, one big horn on the snout. And on his shield are 3 large serpentine snakes that have been, not snakes, snake tongues that have been affixed to it kind of quite crudely. And as he walks towards the portal, he kind of looks at those who are remaining. Only strength matters. And as he talks, the astute and more observant of you might notice a tattoo on his tongue.
Ooh.
And just for clarity, did you say your battle axe was in one of your hands, or was it on your back?
Sorry, one hand, he has the shield with the tongue on it, okay. And then his other hand is free.
Okay. Miss Mirabelle.
Miss Mirabelle will stow the watermelon from Ari, patting it on a pouch on her hip. Thank you, Ari. I have to say, I've always been curious of what this would even taste like.
Just a regular berry for the individual watermelons are after. Sorry, continue.
Okay. Oh, good. You see that Miss Mirabelle has, as she had before, a few javelins on her back. She has more of them. They are flavored as the wrought iron fence spikes, ripped off of a fence. She has the same Butcher Cleaver's style sword, except it seems to pulse with a negative energy. If an inanimate object could have necrosis, this sword would. She has a couple more potions on her hip. And as Edafang speaks to her, she listens intently, micro expressions of sadness, fear, and anger flashing across her face. She adjusts everything and ensures they're in place. And in doing so, accidentally drops a fate sphere on the ground. Oh, my mistake. And she steps on it with her heel, twisting it, snarling at Edafang. Come now. I know you're still in there, Murloc. You wouldn't do anything to hurt little old me. You wouldn't hurt my friend Forfax or Samoza either, would you? I did my best, and we can get you back. You wouldn't do anything to hurt us. And I will initiate a social roll with that fate sphere. Using persuasion to persuade Edafang to not bring any harm to me or Forfax and Samoza.
Okay, got it. So persuasion, social roll. So we're going to be doing a contested roll here. That would be Miss Mirabelle's persuasion skill against the target's choice of insight, skill check, or a wisdom or charisma saving throw. Okay, so persuasion for Ms. Mirabelle as the DC.
So I will use a fate sphere to re-roll that.
Fate sphere being used.
Oh, I'm sorry, my mic was off, but I want to use one to.
What was that, Steve? You want to use one?
Yeah, you know what? He had already rolled, so I don't know what you want to do.
Well, I mean, you didn't...
I'll leave it up to you, Dave.
Well, you didn't... Yeah, Oh, shit. That's a tough one.
If you intended to use it before you saw it was a nat one,
I think
that's one thing. If
so.
you didn't,
So I'm going to mark one off on you, Steve.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Whoa. Well, the gods have spoken. Knock over my can. Okay. Just want to make sure in that you only used one there, though, which got canceled, correct? One to initiate and then one to reroll. That's all that got used by Ms. Maribel?
correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then your target DC is an 8.
I can still do stuff to change that, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, you can, for sure. It's already getting hot. We haven't even gone through the portal yet.
I know. Walk in here and just get wiped across the floor by the monster. Who knows? So if I spend one more, it's just a reroll, right? To get advantage, I'd have to spend 2.
No, now you would be re-rolling at advantage because you've already spent one on a reroll.
Okay, so I will spend another for the advantage.
Okay, so go ahead and roll at advantage.
Steve, if anything, I hope you're flattered, buddy. Spending a lot of resources on this. Okay. Oof. Okay, with that 18, I will also use knowledge from a past life to add a d6 to this roll. And it is a skill check. Okay.
So 5, total of a 23 for your insight check or a saving throw of your choice there, charisma or wisdom or charisma. 13. So as it stands now, deep within your psyche, Edafang, those words reach Murloc, and with a fate sphere being used, a successful social roll has occurred, meaning Ms. Mirabelle has persuaded you not to do harm to her, Somoza, or Forfax. So keep in mind, if at some point you want to use another fate sphere, you can redo your saving throw when you choose. But you're free to let this go on as long as you would like as well.
And it's contested at the same number?
Right, you would just be redoing your save against the set DC, which is 23.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Anything else from Miss Mirabelle right before she goes through?
No, I just, after this, plan a trip to buy Steve a beer or something.
That leaves us to Argent. Anything Argent does before going through?
What was the last word that Miss Mirabelle said? Do we have a transcript, or is it just kind of going off memory on that one?
Couldn't even tell you. Probably blacked out while I was speaking.
Words to the effect of not doing any... Edafang would not do any harm to herself, Somoza, or Forfax.
As the raven starts hopping, it looks at Edafang and says, "No harm, no harm," and then hops on through the portal.
All right. As you all step into the portal, you feel the shadowed hands grab onto you firmly, passing you from hand to hand. You feel dozens of them all around you, hauling you further and further away from the Face Hand Tavern. You get an image in your mind as the dim kind of torchlight of this opening through the portal gets further and further away. You see Tharamgul just waving to you with a wry look and almost a twinkle in his eye. Fate's Hand Tavern completely disappears, and then you find yourselves floating above this battlefield. So what you all see is a square room
about 55 feet per side. The ceilings are 20 feet high. Stone floors. And in the center are these chairs. So these 4 wooden-looking tiles are actually the chairs that seem to be made of like solid steel. In the center of that is a 15-foot diameter like shadow portal in the floor. And with this too, you can see some wisps of what looks like shadowy smoke drifting upwards. In the corners of the room, you can see that there are different colors. This corner here is red, and I've got this purposefully in the center of 4 squares. So all 4 of these squares here are red in color, although at the moment they are not glowing or anything. There's just this like red patch on the floor covering the 4 squares in the corner. Similarly, over here is kind of a dull blue in this corner. Over here, you can see white on the ground in all 4 of these squares. And then green over here. For those of you who are familiar with this room for episode 8, you'll see that there's a new addition, which are these 2 doors on opposing sides of these sides of the room anyway. On each of these doors is a set of 2 pairs of like rings. So 4 total rings on each door. And of those 4, 1 glows blue, 1 glows red, 1 glows green, and 1 glows white. And those are slowly spinning around on each door. The walls are covered in many rows of shelves, all containing these creepy dolls that have been crafted by Dorian, the ABC Darian. You'll also notice that there are black gems behind each of these seats. These black gems here represent, these are actually levers that are on the wall. Okay, so there are 4 levers, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and then 1 here. Just for clarity on who's who in this little square zoo, we've got Edafang here is the yellow-based Conan-looking mini. We have Ari over here with this red-based Paladin mini. Not necessarily fitting to the character, but this is Miss Maribel here with this female rogue character. Again, not necessarily fitting to the character. Then we've got Sumoza. Sumoza here sent in his own mini, complete with Oberon's fairy wings here on the back. And then we have Forfax with the red cloak. And this is Garzak here. The final thing that happens before we get going here is that suddenly out of the portal, there is this smell that emanates everywhere, and it is absolutely putrid. It fills your nostrils. There's no escaping from it. It is absolutely horrific. And then this mass of muscle and brain and slime and blood and like ichor begins to emerge up from the floor as this unpainted Sibriex emerges up 15 feet and continues to rise with the top of its form just narrowly missing the ceiling, leaving 5 feet underneath of it free.
And you see the full size of this horrific thing, eyes everywhere, these long chains that flow down, and you can hear the clinking of the individual links as it kind of does these like slow turn as it looks at each of you, and you feel its presence enter into your minds, and you hear this voice just echo, filling up your entire consciousness as it says,
"Greetings to all of you. Oh, it's nice to get some fresh air again. I will enjoy watching all of you melt as I strip away every bit of your living flesh and gather up what's left to reforge you into servants of mine. It is very nice to meet you. I look forward to intimately knowing every bit about you soon."
With that, we will begin with Ari up first. I need a Constitution saving throw, please. 14. Is there anything that...
I am going to... Yeah, I'm going to use a Fate Sphere to reroll that.
You want to use the first one?
21.
21. All right. Is there anything that you wish to do to alter that roll?
No.
21 is enough to succeed. As Ari, as this creature emerges and its smell just fills the entire room, the first little bit of it that enters into your nostrils, you push it back out and just block that out of your head. You steady your gut from retching, and you are now immune to the contamination effect of this creature. So you can go ahead and start your turn.
I am going to action cast Produce Flame and just chuck it at this thing. It's going to be 19 plus 7, 26.
That'll definitely hit this creature.
And that's going to be 10 damage.
10 fire. As the fire strikes the creature, you can see part of its flesh begin to dissolve. However, it doesn't seem to have as much effect as you would have thought.
Got it. Bonus action, I am going to shape into a polar bear. We'll just say that his coloring is closer to that guy. And he's also going to move. I have 50 feet of movement. I want to just interact with the room and see if things happen. I know that the escape the room portion doesn't proc yet, but I just want to explore. So I'm going to move into the squares that are red next to me to the right, and then use my remaining movement to, if something happens, tell me, but if nothing happens, then I'll use my remaining movement to move towards Samosa, I think.
Over here. All right, so you take a step to the side onto the red panels, and nothing seems to happen at this time.
Okay, and let's just go toward the lever.
Okay, so 5, and then over towards the lever?
Yeah, he has 50 total movement. I don't know how to count that out.
Okay, no problem. So you've used 5, so this would be
50 with long strider.
10, 15, 20, and then 25 would get you in the square where the lever is.
All right, can I have free object interaction just see if it moves or if it does anything?
Yep, object interaction. You pull the lever, and you hear a loud, like, choo-choo coming from this chair right here as it seems to, like, lock in place.
Okay. I'm just seeing also that the contamination is difficult terrain. Is that right?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay. I would still have been able to get to the lever with 50 movement, I think, right? Because you counted out 25.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, cool. Then that is my turn.
Okay, that ends Ari's turn. Next up is Edafang. It is the beginning of your turn, so unless you have anything that procs at the beginning of your turn. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please. 9. Is there anything that you would like to do to alter this roll, Edifang?
I'm gonna use a face favor to roll that.
25. Anything you would like to do to adjust this roll?
Nope.
In that case, you succeed, and you are immune to the contamination effect of this creature. What would you like to do on your turn? This is you right here.
I am going to bonus action rage. I will move to engage creature.
Is here okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Before anyone does any attack rolls, if you could just let me know that you are going to make an attack roll. One of you has an ability that can be used before an attack roll is made. So yeah, if you guys can just give me a heads up.
All right, I will be making an attack roll.
Okay. Pause for a sec. Go ahead.
Is that 13?
13 does not hit this creature.
Okay. I get a second claw attack on my my first action.
21. This time you connect, striking the creature.
This is going to be 12 magical slashing damage.
Magical slashing.
And since I have the slashing feat, his movement is reduced by 10 feet.
For Edifang.
I will take my second attack.
Was it, your first attack was a 13, wasn't it? And then the next one was a 21?
Correct. So with my claws, I get two attacks on my first on my first attack, and then I get a second attack.
All right, no problem. So 25 on that attack, that would hit.
It'll be 8 magical slashing damage.
8 magical slashing. Yeah, your claws tear into the flesh of this creature. You just see parts of it come tearing off in chunks. At the end of Edifang's turn, the creature will choose to use a legendary action. And it's choosing to use an ability called Warp, which costs 2 of its legendary actions. As you see the many eyes looking around at all of you, this is going to pick 3 creatures. The first one is going to pick a number 4. So this is in order of where you guys appear on the screen and how you are in D&D Beyond. So Ari being number 1, Edifang number 2, Forfax number 3, Garzak number 4, Miss Maribel 5, and Samoza 6. So this first one would be Garzak. Second one, Edifang. And third one, it will be Ms. Mirabelle. I need each of you to give me a Constitution saving throw, please. I'll start with Garzak.
25.
25. Is there anything you would like to do to alter this roll?
Nope.
Edifang. 14. Anything you would like to do to alter the roll?
No.
Yeah, Ms. Mirabelle.
Sorry, does this have anything to do with sleep, poison, or disease?
Now you say that also applies to me too.
Okay. I believe that this would have something to do with poison, yeah.
Okay, I have advantage on saves against poison and am resistant.
Okay.
Same here.
So rolling with advantage. That's awful.
So currently a 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold there and accept that.
Okay. Garzak, yours was a success, and you are now immune to the warp creature effect from this monster. Edifang, a 14 was not enough, so you are considered poisoned. Along with this poison comes 1 level of exhaustion. So keep that in mind. So Ms. Maribel, you two are poisoned and now have 1 level of exhaustion. So you can you have to actually repeat this saving throw at the start of each of your turns. So that makes it Forfax's turn.
Right. Forfax will move, take the air at the as high as he can go, and head towards that corner where the blue gem is located, as far as he can go. And is it difficult terrain when flying as well?
No, I don't think it is. It says the ground becomes difficult terrain.
Okay, perfect.
30 would get you to here.
Okay, great. So from there, it's a dexterity game too. From there, Forfax will, as a bonus action, as his action, he will cast Guiding Bolt at the monster. 15. Yeah, the
Guiding Bolt goes wide as the energy hits the floor and just kind of dissipates.
All right. And then I will use my bonus action to use my archer form to blast this thing again. All right, the second hit is a 24.
That does hit the creature.
4. And
that's
then
using... Is that force or radiant?
Radiant damage.
Radiant, okay.
Yeah. And then using my Radiant Soul ability, which I have activated, I can do an additional 6 radiant damage to one target with a spell or attack. So it'll be 10 total radiant.
10 total radiant. Okay, I forgot one thing, guys. I don't think this would affect anyone's turns, but after the creature came up and I mentioned that it was floating 5 feet above the ground, another thing popped out underneath him after he made his entrance. A pedestal rose up from the ground, and you could see this glass sphere with fire circulating around inside of it. So with that extra knowledge of there being a sphere of fire in the center of the room, does that change anything for Ari? Okay, or Edafang? Or Forfax?
No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put this red gem here as a reminder.
At the end of your turn, the creature's going to use the last part of the last legendary action here that it has for round 1. And it is going to use the spray bile ability. As you hear this like sick sucking sound as part of this creature seems to go concave, and you hear this horrible retching sound and like mucus or bile being collected as it's prepared to be propelled at someone, and that lucky someone currently is Ari.
Yeah, see what you got.
Okay, sounds good. So I need a dexterity saving throw from Ari.
Maybe it will. 18.
18? Anything that you would like to do to alter this roll?
No.
All right. With that, this bile is propelled out towards you as you are struck in the shoulder for 41 acid damage. It's an extremely high roll.
He is still a polar bear. But not a lot.
Way to take that one, champ.
Yeah. You're welcome, everybody. Yes, concentration save. Sorry. Nope.
Okay, so no longer concentrating. And just for clarity, that was your aura of vitality? That was the creature's turn, so it's Sumosa's turn now.
Sumosa is going to crack his neck and say, "It's time to do this." And his jaw pops off, and smoke just pours out of it. And it spins around him, starting at his feet, and forms like these smoky robes as he uses his bonus action to take Form of Dread.
Okay, bonus action Form of Dread. Does that mean I can unleash your second mini?
You can. It's all of its beautiful glory. He's covered in smoky robes. His amber necklace on his neck fuses into a amber collar, and his fairy wings take on an extremely large skeletal look to them.
Contamination.
Yep, good call. Okay, so yeah, at the start of your turn, I do need a Constitution saving throw for contamination.
And that is before I take 400, correct?
Correct, yeah, it's at the start of your turn.
Is it a roll against disease or being poisoned?
I would say that this counts. Okay, yep, we got that. Is there anything you would like to do to alter that roll?
I'm just going to keep that. If it's above a 20, I'm not too worried that I'm going to make it, so I'll keep the 20.
20 is enough to succeed, and you are immune to the contamination effect of this creature.
All right. Having experienced that, he will shift into his form of dread. I'll roll for the temp HP.
Okay, 9 temp HP for you.
With his action, then, he will, with his wings, he will flap them to raise 5 feet off the ground.
Okay.
And fly back toward the lever, back into his back right, I believe. And he will free action to pull the lever.
Okay. The lever is pulled, and you hear a resounding chunk coming from the chair to your behind you.
Okay. He would like to use his action to start speaking words as he says, "Disgusting, vile creature," and cast the spell Intellect Fortress on himself.
Hopefully this provides some protection.
It is verbal component only. It is a concentration spell as well. And
what
would
does
you
it
like
do?
the description read out?
Yep, sure.
For the duration, you or one willing creature you can see within range has resistance to psychic damage, as well as advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws.
Okay, anything else for Samoza?
Right. Well, with the rest of his movement, he will fly over to the chair nearest him, grimacing the whole time, and say,
Apologies for misnaming you, Ida Fang. My mind was slipping and I called you Murloc. Something popped into my mind about a miners guild or a rock crude or some such thing.
And he will sit down in the seat and end his turn.
I am so scared to touch your mini. It's gonna snap. That's it for your first turn. Okay. Garzak, top of your turn. I need a con saving throw from the contamination ability of the creature.
22.
Anything you'd like to do to affect that roll?
Nope.
22 is enough to succeed. You are immune to the contamination effect of this creature. You guys have been getting really lucky on these con saves here. All right, Garzak.
No, not everyone's gone yet.
Some of us.
So I'm gonna go to the lever nearest to me, and then I want to, from there, if I have the movement, go to the chair right across from it.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay, 15, 20. Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Dashing would give you enough movement to get to the chair.
Oh, okay. I miscounted. I doubled it in my head.
Yep.
All right, yeah. So I'll just
move through it.
pull the lever. Yeah. Okay. So I will just dash over to the chair.
Hitting bonus.
I do have a bonus action, so I will. So Garzak will open his mouth and shoot a gout of fire at the monster. DC 13 dexterity, and on a fail it takes 46 fire. On a success, half as much.
-1.
Nice. Not the best for. Ooh. 8.
8 fire, okay. Yeah, as the fire spews out of your mouth, it strikes the creature and it shrinks away a bit, but you can tell that even though there's a scorch mark, it didn't do as much damage as you thought it would. All right, it is now Ms. Mirabelle's turn.
I'd like to get into melee with the creature. I'd like to be in a point of flanking. Do I have to be directly across from somebody else attacking it?
Yep, you have to be on opposing sides, and it is a huge creature.
Oh yeah, contamination save first. Thanks, Todd.
Yep.
I will stand with a 22.
All right, you succeed, and you are immune to the contaminated effect from this creature.
Dorium actually got on Facebook Raw and asked if the Sibrex's contamination ability and Reborn's deathless nature, does the Reborn have advantage on the check or is just resistance to the damage? And lawyer Mork said contamination is neither disease nor an effect that imposes the poisoned condition. The Reborn does not get advantage on the saving throw, but it does have resistance to poison damage. So
Okay.
I was wrong.
No, that's all good. Thanks for looking into it, Dorium. So I think Sumoza still stands because the first roll was good, but Ms. Mirabelle, the first roll was an 8.
Right.
So as of right now, that would be a fail on that.
I will have to take that for now. Oh, I am also blessed.
14 total. Okay, anything else you can do?
I'm just going to soak it and see what happens here.
Okay, so it's not enough to succeed, so you're not immune to it. 10 poison damage.
Now I am resistant to poison from that. Okay, 5 damage. Okay, carrying on with the turn then. I'll move to the position of the chair. I would ask Wezzy if he thinks that Garzak and Mirabelle are currently allied against the creature or not.
I'll say as long as you guys are fighting the monster, you're considered allies, so I'll give you the advantage on that one.
Okay, so I'm poisoned, so that'll cancel out for a straight roll on first attack with the Sword of Life Stealing. 13 to hit.
Now you go to cut into it, and one of the chains flicks up and deflects the sword attack.
I will take my second attack with the sword again.
Don't forget your bless.
Thank you.
Don't thank me, thank Todd.
Okay, so the first attack would have been a 17.
Still not enough.
Okay, and then the 12 won't hit either, so I won't bother rolling. Yeah, that's it for my turn.
Concentration save for your spell.
23 is enough anyway.
Okay.
So you maintain concentration. Okay, next up is Argent.
All right. He will use his action to turn invisible.
Okay. So Argent uses its action to turn invisible. Some visible marker on you there.
And he will then fly to the lever on the opposite side. It shouldn't matter for opportunity attacks because he is unseen, unless this thing can see him.
So 45 would get you over to it.
That's fine.
Okay.
And he can take free actions because he is a creature, correct?
Yeah, I mean, as long as
he
they
rolls his own
make
initiative.
sense, yeah. It's a crow, right?
Yes. Is he able to rest on the end of the lever to tip it down?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've let pets do things like that with object interactions, so I'll say yes.
He has a strength of 6, if that matters at all.
Yeah, I mean it's a lever. I think he could make it work. So
Okay.
yeah, with that lever pushed, you hear a chunk coming from the chair beside Edifan.
And then with his remaining 15 feet of fly, he is going to fly in the direction of the red tiles on the ground.
50, 55, 60? 60 movement? Okay. Alright, it is now the Sibriex's turn.
Does Argent have to make a save against the contamination as well?
Yeah, it permeates the whole room.
A total of 5. It is fully immune to both the poison and the poison condition, though.
Okay. Then in that case, nothing would happen. That's it for Argent? Okay, it is the Sibriex's turn. On its turn, it's going to use the Warp Creature ability again,
And because it's already targeted the other 3, it's going to target the 3 that weren't impacted the first time. So that means I'm going to need a con save from Ari, Samoza, and Forfax. 21. Is there anything you would like to do to alter that roll?
Nope.
Samoza, 19. Anything you would like to do to alter this roll?
As much as it sucks, I'll take that roll. I will not reroll that.
Is Samoza within 5 feet of me or 10 feet of me?
Actually, yes.
Samoza can add a +3 to that roll. That's safe.
Okay, that puts it to a 22. I'm a lot happier about that.
And Forfax.
Orphax is immune to poison and the poison condition, so.
Got it. All right. So with that, all 3 of you are immune to the warp creature effect.
Nice.
And that is all that creature can do this turn. It does regain its legendary actions. At the end of the round, this sphere of fire with this like storm going on the inside explodes outward. Just as it's about to explode, you hear sound from the ceiling, and above all 4 chairs, these cylinders shoot down very quickly, surrounding those that are sitting on chairs, which is Miss Mirabelle, Samoza, and Garzak. So the 3 of you will not take this damage. However, everyone else that is outside is subject to 4d10 fire damage as flames fill the whole room. So 20 fire damage to Edafang, the familiar, Ari, and Forfax.
I thought the room wouldn't be active this round.
No, the elements for escaping the room aren't active this round.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, this is not part of
Ari
the...
is not a polar bear anymore.
Okay.
But he shortly will be. He takes 19 of that damage to himself.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a reaction, Forfax will cast Absorb Elements to reduce that by half.
Okay, so only taking 10 on that one for Forfax.
Does the creature take that damage as well?
As the explosion happens, you notice a shimmer around the creature as some sort of shield seems to be protecting it from the effects of this.
Thank you, Wezzy.
I mean, that sounds made up, but
everything is made up.
Oh yeah, shoot, this is an imaginary game.
And Forfax had to make a Constitution or a concentration check, and he got an 18.
So top of the round, it is Ari's turn.
Okay. Can I have 40 feet of movement. Can I get to Edafang?
You can get there.
Okay, I'll do that. And then I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration on Edafang. Does curing that poison also remove his exhaustion, or is that separate once that effect is in place?
And the exhaustion is tied to it, so...
I'll do that for the action. Bonus action, because I have nothing good medium-sized that I want to do. Going for a sponge. We're going to do a giant constrictor snake, which is huge. Am I able to, like... I think we already kind of settled that I won't be able to benefit from the chair. Am I able to, like, inch off of that chair at all with the shape, or no?
I mean... You don't have any movement left, do you?
No.
Okay. Then you'd kind of just be...
I'm only asking because you remembered last time that you asked, like, which space I want to be in. I just don't know if, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you could... You were standing here, so this square would have to be part of it. And so I just kept you away from the Fang, and that's why I put it there.
Got it. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right, at the end of your turn, the creature's going to use a legendary action to spray bile as you hear another sickening, sucking sound. As there is bile and phlegm and blood all being pulled within the creature. As it takes aim at Forfax.
Actually, no, I will take it. I'll take it.
Okay. In that case, I need a dexterity saving throw from you, please, Forfax.
All right.
6.
Solid 6.
In that case, while flying, this creature spits out this massive glob of greenish, yellowish, brownish disgustingness, and it strikes you center of your chest. As you take 40 acid damage.
And I will, as a reaction, use Absorb Elements. Which I believe that's on the list.
Okay, yep, you use your reaction, Absorb Elements, so 20 damage. Okay, so all good there. You weren't concentrating on anything, Forfax?
On the resistance, but I just rolled that and I got a net 20, so 22.
All right, good to go. Resistance stays up. It's the end of the first legendary action for the creature. Actually, it's Edafang's turn.
Edafang is still within melee range of the creature, I'm assuming, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Right there. All right, so I will bonus action shift and take the long tooth fang. That gives me 6 temp hit points. And I will take that free bite from the shift.
Okay, 18. Anything you want to use to adjust that?
No.
As you go to bite, a very hard chunk of what looks like bone smacks you across the mouth as you're not able to bite into the creature.
Okay. Then I will attack with my claws.
26, yeah, that does hit.
So 11 magical slashing damage.
11 magical slashing, yeah.
Yep. And I know he has a move, but again, his movement's reduced by 10.
Mm-hmm.
I get the free claw attack.
22 hits.
With 10.
10 more damage. As more chunks of blood and brain go flying off of the Sibriex.
And I will use my second attack to do the same thing.
So that was 3, right? You shifted and attacked, and then attacked twice.
So I shifted as a bonus action, which gives me the free bite.
Yep.
During the shift. My first attack with my claw, I get a free second claw attack. Okay. Yep. And so then my second one is just a single.
If you do that, okay.
After round 2, yeah, I get 4 attacks. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a miss.
Anything else for Edafang?
Yeah, Edafang will step into the chair closest to him. That's a free chair there, right?
There is. Ari is covering the chair at the moment.
Okay.
He's an ally, so you can move through him, but I don't think you can end your turn in his space.
Okay, then I will stay where I am. That'll be fine.
At the end of your turn, the creature is going to use its second legendary action. And it's going to start casting a spell. It begins casting as you guys hear it uttering arcane words, and you can see these like claws coming out and the chains kind of whipping around. There's clearly magic being gathered around this creature. And it's taking aim at
4 with this spell.
Okay, Fate Sphere.
Fate Sphere being used by 4 It is now coming towards Ms. Maribel.
I might die with a Fate Sphere. I'm going to take that.
All right, as this creature finishes casting, I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw as you feel all of your muscles begin to tighten up and your bones locking in place as you feel yourself becoming paralyzed.
Awful rolls today. I can roll the bless, but I don't think it's doing it either. So
14 currently. All right, at the conclusion of the spell, as the creature casts Hold Monster, you become paralyzed and are currently unable to move.
Also, did we all take a point of soul decay aside from... Did we all get soul decay that last one?
It starts in round 2, so just looking at what Ari did,
Okay.
He cast Lesser Restoration on Edafang.
An ally.
So he buffed an ally.
And then did the sphere under the Sibriex change?
It did, yeah. It did, guys. Sorry, I didn't track that. So you see a blue sphere emerge from the shadow. So nothing on Ari, and then Edafang attacked the monster. So that would still be 1 level of soul decay. Alright, and Ms. Maribel is now paralyzed. And just
I believe incapacitation also drops concentration on anything. I don't know what you have.
It does.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I lose Shield of Faith.
It's now Forfax's turn. And Forfax, at the start of his turn, is not immune to contamination, so I do need a con save from Forfax.
I'm not immune, but I'm immune to the poison and poison damage.
Yep, so I'm scratching that one out for you. You're good to start your turn.
If I try to move a person, is that part of my action, or is that just part of my movement to drag them?
To move,
like for example, Miss Maribel is currently paralyzed. So if I went up to her and wanted to move her 5 feet, would that just be double my movement to move a paralyzed person?
Yeah, I mean, she can't resist you. You could carry her if you're strong enough.
Okay.
Or you could drag her for half. But that's usually someone you're grappling. Because we would count it as a grapple, yeah.
All right. Okay, I think I am going to fly down to her and hit her with Lesser Restoration.
Okay. Sounds good.
To start. And how much movement does that take?
15.
Okay, so I still have 15 left. All right. And I'll, basically be still 5 feet off the ground if I can, so I'm not subject to the
difficult terrain, yeah. You're 5 feet.
Yep. Okay, so casting Lesser Restoration. Then I'm going to use my remaining...
Lesser Restoration removes the paralysis?
It does.
And poison? Or just one effect?
Yes. You can touch a creature and can end either one disease or one condition.
Okay.
So I'll remove the paralyzed condition.
Okay. Miss Maribel is no longer paralyzed.
Okay, I will. So I can't end my turn in her same spot, but I can try to, if now that she's not paralyzed, if she's willing to move, I'd like to try to replace, see if I can sit down in that chair. So I'll kind of look to her and say, do you mind? And see if I can do a little swap there.
Okay, so you go to pull her off. Do you move willingly, Miss Mirabelle, or do you resist being pulled away from the chair?
It's Ziggy Stardust Witcher, Dave. I can't resist this man. I'll take the switch. Yeah,
Okay.
he can have my seat.
All right, so we'll use that to pull. And we'll say that takes some of your movement. You've only used 15, so to pull her 5. If it is difficult terrain.
He's flying. Left. He's also flying.
Yeah, but pulling you through it though. So we'll say 25, and then you could fly onto it for 30.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Anything else for Forfax?
Forfax will still has his bonus action left, and he will just in case. I'll hit the monster. Wait, no, that'd be disadvantage. I'm gonna swing a potion for my bonus action. Swing a potion of greater healing.
Okay.
8 plus 4 for 12. Could be worse.
Okay. At the end of your turn, the creature is going to use its last legendary action. It's going to cast a spell again. It's coming towards Forfax.
Come at me.
So, Forfax, as you two feel yourself begin to become paralyzed, I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
You get a +3 within my aura.
Okay. So that's 13. I have resistance, so I get to do a D4 added to that, which I don't think is going to be enough to do it. So 17.
Okay, anything else to adjust it?
Nope.
17 is not enough as you feel your body go rigid as you now are paralyzed. And I just kept the concentration ring on the creature. That's the end of its legendary action. It's now Sumoza's turn.
Sumosa is going to action disengage. He will then fly diagonally behind him 5 feet in the direction of the lever. And continue toward the lever to free action pull it. And then pulling the lever should be a free action, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Got it.
And
you
then
hear that resounding chunk of metal from the chair you just left.
And he will return back to his seat with his remaining 15 feet of movement.
I'm returning back.
Looking back, like turning his head around to look at the door, have any of the rings disappeared off of the door?
Nope, all 4 rings are still on both doors.
Okay. He will then just start throwing like points all around, looking at Argent. He doesn't need to use an action to command Argent. It's just flavor, just pointing all around. And he will not take his bonus action and will end his turn there. I believe taking 1 point of soul decay in that turn.
Did Argent survive the last blast?
Argent did, because Argent has fire immunity.
Awesome.
Okay, so that ends Sumoza's turn. It's now Garzak's turn.
I'm just gonna stay put. For my bonus action, I'm going to rage. And then for my action, I'm going to attack this thing twice. Oh, that one misses. Another attack. Jeez. Okay, well. Yeah, that misses.
Okay, is that it for Garzak?
Yes.
Alright, so attacking the creature, that does earn...
Well, actually a question. I know he's paralyzed, but he's still technically engaged.
No. I mean,
I didn't think so, but we're asking.
He's incapacitated, yeah.
Okay. All right, that is my turn.
Okay, and that is a rank of soul decay. Ms. Mirabelle, it is your turn.
So I believe I rolled a save against contamination to start.
That's right.
Be 19. I'm going to use my bless, which is from heroism. It's not something potion of heroism. I'm not concentrating on it. So that will be a 21 to save against contamination.
All right, that is a success. You are now immune to contamination.
Now I would succumb to the warp attack from the creature. Do I get to save for that again?
Yeah, you actually have to save, but I think it's at the end of your turn. I'm just going to double check it. Oh, no, it is at the start. Yeah, so you have to repeat the save.
Okay, with advantage, that's a 17. I will roll the bless again on that save. That'll be a 20 even. I'm going to hold on to that roll.
Okay. With a roll of a 20, you succeed and now are immune to warp creature. And you're poisoned and
no longer poisoned and exhaustion
are removed.
I think he has to make 3 successful saves on warp creature day.
Oh yeah, that's right. It changes once you succumb to it. You're not immune.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So that is
yeah,
one.
Thanks, Todd. Thanks for that, buddy.
1 of 3. That's why I had 3 squares beside everybody's name for warp creature.
There we go. All right, hey, I got 1. Still poisoned. Still 1 level exhaustion. Okay. Now, I have a touch spell I would like to use. It requires somatic components. I have the Warcaster feat. Can I touch while holding my shield and sword?
Yeah, with Warcaster, you can use your shield to do somatic.
Perfect. Using a 2nd level spell slot, I will cast Lesser Restoration on my good buddy Forfax, returning the favor. Then my bonus action, I will use my feature Harness Divine Power. Once per long rest, you can channel divinity, touching my holy symbol, which is my shield, utter a prayer, regain 1 spell slot. So I'll regain that spell slot that I just spent. And then I'll use movement to go to that black lever and free object interaction to pull it.
So 5, 10, 15, 20 feet of movement to get you there. The lever is pulled. And these are 4 faxes.
And then with my passive perception, the colored rings that were spinning on the door, have they stopped spinning or they're just continually rotating?
No, they're still rotating and they match those colored squares in the corner.
Okay. Like the rings are rotating or they're changing position, or like the rings are kind of aligned with...
There's just like a ring, like there's 4 rings on each of the door, and the 4 rings match the 4 corners of the room in color. And there's just like a little rotating like circle that each of these rings are. The rings themselves are spinning in place.
And the last thing I would ask of my passive perception is, what's this monster looking like? Came in here looking ugly, but is it looking any uglier yet?
It's still pretty ugly, but it is not bloodied.
Okay. That will be the end of my turn.
Okay, that makes it Argent's turn.
All right. This is something I am unsure about, so I need to ask as far as a ruling. Is a tiny creature able to occupy the same space as a huge creature?
Not unless it has an ability that allows it to do so.
Okay. All right, then. In that case, Argent will fly with his full 60-foot speed to the blue gem, or the blue tiled area.
Blue tiled area. So, as Argent lands there, you see a bracelet appear on your wrist that matches the color of the squares in the corner, and that's on the door.
Okay. Mine or Argent's wrist?
On yours.
So he has a speed of 60. He will happily take the dash action to fly toward the white one.
Dash action to white. A white bracelet now appears on your wrist.
And with his 60-foot speed, dash turns into 120. He will take the last 40 to move to the green and land there as well.
As he does this, a green bracelet appears on your wrist.
Just a streak of black flying around the room. Holy cow.
And that is all Argent can do with his turn, as he will give a squawk to Samosa.
Then that makes it the Sibriex's turn. And on its turn, it is going to take the multi-attack action. So it's going to make 3 chain attacks and squirt bile. The chain attacks have a range of 15 feet. That can affect everyone but Ms. Mirabelle. So we're going to do the first attack. If Ms. Mirabelle comes up, I'm going to re-roll. So Edafang, the first chain is coming your way. A 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Which would be, I believe, 28 force damage. 28 force damage. Second chain is coming at Forfax.
I'm going to, if he has disadvantage against me because of the archive, I'm going to use Cosmic Omen to have him minus a d6.
Minus d6.
From the attack roll.
Okay. So we'll see what it is at disadvantage here anyway. So it's 18 minus 2. 16 to hit Forfax.
Does not hit.
Third chain attack. Edafang. 29 to hit.
29 hits.
Ooh. For 25 force damage. Final attack is Squirt Bile. This time at Garzak. So Garzak.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, Garzak's going to take it. I need a Dex saving throw, please.
Okay, and this is a Dex save I can see.
Yes.
17.
Anything you want to do to alter the roll?
Nope.
Okay, it does not meet the DC, so it does hit you in the chest for 37 acid damage.
37. I'm raging and bear totem. That's halved.
That finishes the creature's turn. It regains its legendary actions. We're now at the end of the round as this blue, almost like snowstorm inside this sphere explodes. Before it does, those protective tubes come down, protecting Forfax, Samoza, Garzak, and not crushing Ari, doing 4d10 cold to those outside, which would be 17 to Argent, to Edafang, to Ari in snake form, to Miss Mirabelle. 17 cold.
So, Argent is not fully immune, but is resistant to cold. Would he take 8 damage then?
8, yes.
Okay.
I'm down, Dave.
Okay. Edafang is down. And as It's unconscious, is no longer raging. After the blue explosion occurs, and those cylinders return to the ceiling, there's now a green sphere that appears coming up out of this shadowy pit in the center of the room. Which brings us to the top of round 3. Okay, top of the round for Ari in giant snake form.
Going down changes everything. Gotta drop snake form as a bonus action. Cure wounds, 3rd level on Edafang. That's gonna be 18.
Okay, Edafang 18 back. So you did cure someone else. You don't gain soul decay. That's the end of your turn, Ari?
Yeah.
At the end of your turn, the creature is going to use its first legendary action. And it is going to spray bile. This time, the bile is coming towards Samoza.
Samoza will take that.
Samoza will take it. Then in that case, Samoza, I need a dex saving throw, please.
Rolled is a 10.
So you're hit with this massive pile of bile. So 37 acid coming at Samoza.
And he will then use his reaction to cast first level absorb elements to half that.
Okay.
You said that's acid, right?
That's right. Okay, that's the end of that legendary action. It is Edafang's turn. And you are currently prone, but not dying.
I will stand up.
Okay, stand up for half movement.
I will use a potion of greater healing.
15.
Action to disengage. I will move 20 feet towards Argent.
Yep, so you're beside Argent.
Quick question. I need some clarity on the social role.
Mm-hmm.
So his words were do not hurt or do not attack Samoza, Fairfox, and Miss Maribel, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Correct. I unfortunately did not name Argent. Okay. You can hit the bird.
Then I will attack Argent.
All right.
You
You disengaged as an action, eh? So you don't have an attack.
Oh, disengage as an action. Yeah,
So I think you just have your bonus left.
Okay, then I think I did everything. Yep, yeah.
Okay.
No, my bonus was my potion, so I'm good.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, at the end of your turn, the creature is going to use its second legendary action to squirt bile once more. And this bile is coming at Ari.
Fate's here.
It's being used by Ari. So now the bile is coming towards Forfax.
Of course it is. All right.
Forfax, I do need a dexterity saving throw, please.
Hey, look at that.
22. Anything that you want to do to alter it?
No, nat 20 is about as good as I'm going to get.
With that, the bile goes flying past your face, striking the wall behind you and sizzling as it dissipates, as you're not struck by that. That makes it your turn, Forfax.
Okay. Can you rotate the board slightly so I can see? I
Sure.
think I'm... So, question about these tubes when they come down. They're just long, tall tubes, right? There's no... They don't get smaller at the top or anything like that.
No, they don't.
Okay. So, from a size perspective, if I can fly, can I fly up and still be within the tube?
Yep. There's
in the air.
There's nothing to indicate that you couldn't.
Okay. So I will. First, I'll do that. I'll get up in the air.
Okay, how high up would you like to fly?
Basically up to the ceiling.
Okay.
I think this monster is basically up to the ceiling as well, so I shouldn't be out of his range anyway.
20 feet?
Yep. Then I will cast Spike Growth so that it essentially covers the entire other half of the board. It's a 40-foot radius, so I'm going to fill that other half.
Okay, 40-foot radius?
Or 40-foot diameter, I think, actually. I think it's diameter.
40-foot diameter. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, about there, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just trying to weave it down in between everything. So it would end in front of Sumoza's chair and your chair currently.
Okay. And in front of, so that somebody, for instance, running to and from the thing would have to take 5 damage, or behind the chair so that the person that was running back and forth between the lever and the chair is safe.
If like between the lever and this chair?
Yeah.
Safe.
Okay, perfect.
Spike growth is concentration?
It is.
All right, and if you could just read that out for everyone, just so everyone's solid.
The ground in a 20-foot radius centered on a point within range twists and sprouts hard spikes and thorns. The area becomes difficult terrain for the duration. When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels. And then there's a camouflage clause, but you guys all saw me cast, so.
That ends Forfax's turn. That is rank of Soul Decay. Just 1 for you. At the end of your turn, the creature will take its last legendary action to squirt bile 1 more time.
Does Spike Growth underneath those other 3 contestants not count as attack, or has to be damaging that round?
Yeah, it has to damage them or debuff them directly. This just altered the terrain.
But like if Garzak moves on his turn within this round, he'll take damage from that spell then, right?
Right, so then in the next turn he would have done damage. So for this turn, it still counts, but next turn...
Yeah, I'm just curious how that'll work.
That's the best way I can see to do it. Because if no one moves, then no one takes damage and it's not affecting anything.
It says attacks another person. So yeah, it's not a spell attack.
That is a good point too, yeah. We did clarify attack, and it's not a debuff either. It's just changing the terrain. So even if people took damage, it still wouldn't qualify.
So that applies, like, if you fireball someone, that doesn't count either? Because that's not an attack roll against somebody, right?
Well, Fireball deals direct.
A fireball in an area.
Fireball deals direct damage though from you right away.
I feel like we did added damage wording in there as well.
Did we?
Attack or damage.
Yeah.
Attack or damage. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But Spike Growth, you're not actually damaging. They're damaging themselves by walking through it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Target selecting for bile, that would be Somoza.
Okay, I'll take that one.
Okay.
I still have my absorb elements up to acid.
Okay, so Dex save from you, please, Somoza.
A big ol' nat 1.
So 37, cut in half for 18 acid. That makes it Somoza's turn.
Okay. Sumosa will, having been splashed by acid twice, go, "This is disgusting," and flip up his robes and disappear into the ground in a shadowy reverse pillar and reappear in that square, just pointed out, using the 2nd level spell Misty Step as a bonus action. And he will appear on the ground, so he's touching the red tile.
Somoza Misty Steps, and as you appear on the red panel, you now get a 4th bracelet, this one red, as the 4 bracelets on your wrist are now rotating the same way as on the doors.
I also just realized I was hit twice in that turn, and I do have concentration on Intellect Fortress.
Yeah.
So I would need to make 2 concentration checks. It hasn't affected anything to this point. So if you're fine now, I can just roll the 2 concentration checks.
Yep, let's do that just to make sure it's still up.
All right, the first one coming now is a 15.
Kept it up from the first.
Okay, and then the second one is a 12.
Both succeed. You're still concentrating. You now have 4 bracelets. Okay. That was a bonus action, Misty Step.
Yes. And then he will fly diagonally 5 feet into the air, so he is above the spike growth terrain, and fly toward the nearest door.
Probably just go and look at the door, eh? No way you're going through it.
Sound door, good wood.
Yeah. Nice hinges.
25 feet to the door.
Perfect. At the door, he will say, he will look around and start pointing to people and say,
Ari, Watermelon, Edafang, I am eternally grateful for my survival. Mirabelle, thank you again for your assistance.
And then he will look at Garzak and say, but I don't believe you did anything to assist. And he will use his action to cast Eldritch Blast at Garzak.
Eldritch Blast at Garzak.
Yes. 19 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. 2 plus 3 for 5 force damage.
Okay.
And he is pushed back 10 feet because I have the Repelling Blast cantrip. Or Repelling Blast invocation.
Okay.
Okay, forced movement, does that proc spike damage?
It does.
It does? Okay, then that was 10 feet, so 44?
Yes.
Okay, second blast.
Also with that first blast, he will have to make a wisdom saving throw, as I am in my form of dread and I can cause fear on a failed saving throw.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw, DC 14.
Are you leaving the room right now?
I am... Maybe. Oh yeah, good point.
If you're leaving the room, you're the source of my fear if I fail. So
yeah, that's a good point.
I think the deal with Frighten is you can't move any closer to the source of your fear, and then there's a bunch of stuff at disadvantage while the source is in play. So when you leave, it might not... Yeah. It won't have any effect, essentially. Yeah.
15.
So 15 beats the save.
Right, and that was 5 damage. I'm raging, so that gets rounded down to 2.
And then the second beam is coming at you as well.
Okay.
And that is a 24 to hit.
That will hit. Does that proc all the same stuff?
Yes.
Okay, so I get moved, and I'll make the wisdom save now.
Not the wisdom save, though. You do get moved, but not a second wisdom save.
All right. Roll damage.
And then damage here is 5 force damage.
So another 2 damage.
All right, so that's the end of your action.
And with his final 5 feet of movement, Sumoso will take a bow and say,
Gentlemen, it has been a pleasure.
And then step backwards through the door. Or fly backwards through the door, rather.
Yep. So free object interaction to open the door.
Yeah.
Step through, and Somoza has escaped the room.
Garzak, it is your turn now.
All right. Did you move me for the second time?
I did. Yeah, I did.
I raise it to stay no matter what I do because I took damage, as we all just saw.
Yep. Yeah.
The crystal at the center, what color is that? Green?
It is green. That's right.
What does the energy inside of it look like as it goes about moving in the orb?
It looks like a green, foggy, misty gas.
Cool. All right. How far am I from the icy one? The icy squares.
The which squares? Sorry.
It's like
the white squares. I think.
Yeah, the white squares.
Yep, you're 2 squares away, so 10 feet.
Okay. I am going to dash. So I'm going to get into there, and then I'm going to beeline as far as I can towards the blue.
Okay.
So it is still difficult terrain, so 5, 10, 15, 20, and as you step there,
that white bracelet appears around your wrist.
Total movement while I'm dashing is 80, so.
Okay.
So you've used 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80.
All right. Who is near? What's the distance between me and Forfax and Miss Maribel?
Forfax is 5, 10, 15, 20 feet away from you.
Okay.
And in the air.
Yeah, and in the air. Yeah, 20 feet up and 20 feet laterally. And Miss Maribel is also 20 feet away.
I guess with my perception, I'm not sure if there's a rule for this. Can I determine if another player is bloodied with my perception?
Just trying to think if we made people roll.
I'm fine rolling against somebody's bluff. I think that's fair.
Yeah, no, but we've never assigned like passive or even like a DC to it. Bloodied.
I don't know what the raw is, but I mean, typically when it's enemies and you can see blood, it doesn't call like it's a passive. It doesn't even really require passive.
Yeah, I'm down to give a little bit, but
know.
Tough to tell how dead a dead lady is too. You know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's also.
Flavor, Yeah,
Yes.
You know monsters, and I guess these are opponents. So, Edafang is bloodied, and Samoza was bloodied, but that's it.
All right, I will. So I'm going to look at Forfax and say, "Come down," and shoot fire out of my mouth at him. The range on that is 30 feet, so. Up or down, doesn't matter.
Yep, no, laterally, you're good. Yeah. So is that a dex save?
Yes.
So dex save for Forfax?
Passes, but he'll take half.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
So 7 fire damage.
All right.
Okay, Ms. Maribel, your turn.
Okay. I think I've saved for contamination, right? But I have to roll my other save. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Ooh, wait. Oh, sorry. You're good. Forfax needs to save for his concentration on the spike growth.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh.
DC 10.
Oh, good.
Concentration maintained. So back to Ms. Maribel. Anything?
Yeah, I will add my blast roll to this.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Well, I'm gonna just go with that.
Okay, so that does not reach the DC.
Yeah.
So you gain 1 more level of exhaustion. So you're now at 2 levels of exhaustion.
Half movement, correct? That's what that means?
Yep.
Okay. I will free object interaction pull the lever. Make sure I get the order right here. I will use my action to spend 12 points of my lay on hands pool. This will not only heal me, but spending 5 or more will cure or neutralize a poison affecting the creature. So I will be no longer poisoned by the warp effect. I will bonus action cast Shield of Faith on myself and begin to concentrate.
Okay.
And I will movement onto the chair underneath Forfax.
Okay. Healing pool, bonus action, Shield of Faith.
So that should be a level of soul decay for me, I believe.
Yeah.
So I spend the round surviving.
Yep. Put you here, but you are on the chair.
Edifang, if you come over here, I can heal you. And that would be my turn.
Argent's turn.
All right. Argent will just go ahead and look really, really angrily at Edifang and end his turn there. Do nothing more.
Okay, that makes it the Sibriex's turn.
Joe brought up something in chat. Lay on hands, poison healing doesn't stack on top of recovered HP.
So you can do 5 from the 12, but you would only get 7 if you're using the rest for healing, I believe.
Yeah, you don't get both. Just
okay. Am I all right to just spend 5 then, or?
Yeah, you just didn't heal any HP.
Okay. Yeah, I will just spend the 5 to cure the poison. Forgot to change my health anyways, so that's all good.
Sibriex's turn. Multi-attack. 3 chain attacks. Range of 15 feet. Which means everybody is in range. Re-rolling 6s. So first chain is a 4. That would be Garzak.
I would take that.
31 to hit for 20 force damage.
Right halves.
Second chain attack. Edifang.
I'm going to use a Fate Sphere.
Okay. Rerolling the targeting die. Samoza. Rerolling it. 2. Back to Edifang.
Would that Samosa's targeting then go for... I forget your crow's name.
The bird? Argent?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't included the pet in the roll. It's only contestants that can be targeted by creatures, yeah. If they get caught in like a blast, it's okay, but... So yeah, it's back to Edifang.
I'll use another Fate Sphere.
Fate Sphere used. 3, 4 facts. This one's coming at you.
Yep.
That is a 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
Which does 18 force damage to 4 facts and concentration check for spike growth.
Okay.
That is a 7.
That is a 7.
It's a save. You get a +3. That's a 10.
Oh, yeah. I'm within 10 feet of,
directly above me for my aura.
Okay, you're at the ground. 5. I'll go up to 10 and 15. He's up at 20. I don't think he's in range.
So the bottom of his feet is at 20?
He's in the so the ceiling is 20. He's up as high as he can go. So he's in the 15 to 20 block. So you'd have to get up.
And I'm in the 0 to 5 block?
You're in the 0 to 5. So your 10 would go up to 10 and up to 15. So yeah, it doesn't reach him. So spike growth drops.
Okay.
Final chain. Ari.
Damage.
Fate Sphere.
Fate Sphere used by Ari. Ari.
Rolled again.
Another Fate Sphere used. Edafang.
Oh, Jesus. Fate Sphere.
Fate Sphere used. Ari.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Taking it?
Yep.
Okay, here it comes. It is a 18 to hit.
Yeah, that's.
Ari is hit for 27 force damage. And final. Is Ari concentrating anything? No. Final attack is squirting the bile. Forfax. Forfax needs to make a
All right, I'll take it.
dex save.
I will use my Fate Sphere to reroll the targeting die, please, Dave.
As Mirabelle uses
I'll use mine to cancel that.
Fate Sphere. Dirty. Garzak uses his to cancel it. It stays at Forfax. As of now.
Dex save, right?
Dex save for Forfax. Do you have anything that can alter it?
I do not.
Okay, in that case, Forfax. Okay, then Forfax 29 acid brings Forfax down.
Yeah, and that drops me.
And Forfax falls 20 feet. Well, technically, only 10 worth of damage. No, it's past 10, so it's 2d6. Doesn't matter. It's one fail, though.
Yeah.
And then I believe falling on someone. I'm just wondering if Ms. Mirabelle, because Forfax fell on top of her, whether she takes anything at all. Does anyone know?
You'd have to make a save.
There is a save?
Or take half.
Dex save? Okay, so if you don't mind just making a dex save anyway, Ms. Mirabelle.
Yep.
Per Tasha's page 170, if a creature falls into the space of a second creature and neither of them is tiny, the second creature must succeed on a DC 15 dex saving throw or be impacted by the fallen creature, and any damage resulting from the fall is divided evenly between the two of them.
Okay, so she made the save. You could choose to fail it if you want and take half, but
that doesn't affect Forfax.
Yeah, it won't help. Okay.
Does that change up where their placement is?
Yeah, so I mean, Forfax would fall straight down. So I'll leave it to Mirabelle. Do you want to jump? Which direction do you want to jump? I guess you could jump to where you are here now, or diagonally to the side.
No, where I am now is fine, Dave.
Okay. That was the Sibriex's final attack, which ends the round. Tubes come down, protecting Forfax, protecting Ari, not protecting anyone else. Well, yeah, so that's where choosing to make... Yeah, anyway. So at this point, the tubes come down. Forfax's body is protected. Ari is protected. Green sphere explodes.
I actually do have a question, Dave, before we finalize anything here.
Sure.
Just kind of gaming things out here. Never mind. We're all good.
Are you sure?
We're all good. Yeah, I was gonna say, could I be protected and Forfax is out if it means a death save for him, and then I can get him? But I'm gonna leave it where it is.
Is there anything in that Tasha's write-up about the positioning of both if it's a failed save? Because if they both went prone, they can't occupy the same space. So does it say where one or the other would go?
It doesn't in Tasha's. I'm pretty sure the movement is you can't willingly end your movement in another creature's space. Unwilling is a different story.
Okay.
So there's a chance we're both in the tube still?
Yeah.
Todd?
Prone.
Is that what we're saying?
I believe so. I don't know where that movement is, ending a space, but I'm pretty sure it says you can't willingly end it.
Okay, we'll carry on for now until we find the answer. We'll say that you're both in that space. And we'll wait on the answer. Which means Garzak, Edafang, and Argent.
Dave, I'm just curious, and not to cluster the game a little bit, but in the first time that this layer was played,
someone got pushed
you had said
out.
that two people can't occupy.
Yeah,
you said
right.
two people can't occupy the same.
I was gonna let it go because Forfax was flying and Mirabelle was down below, so I was gonna let that go. But yeah, we did with the tubes. Someone got forced out. I mean, to me, it makes sense that Ms. Mirabelle still has the wherewithal because she's conscious. But I don't want to be unfair to Forfax here, so just deciding who goes in and out. Just trying to think of a fair way to do that.
Would it make sense because you made the dex save and moved out of the way of the body?
Mm-hmm.
Or you could choose to not make the dex save, get hit, and then move the body off of you?
Yeah, Remy, that seems reasonable to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Or just push the body as it's coming towards you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Forfax was just hovering prior, right? Like he wasn't moving in any direction. Because if we're talking about like, physics, if you have momentum and you're falling in a direction,
Yeah, making the save, I think, is what seals the deal for me. Okay, explosion goes off. 17 poison to Argent, to Edafang, and to Garzak.
That's me.
Argent is immune to poison.
Okay, so nothing for Argent. As those tubes release back up into the air, these two chairs whose levers were not activated disappear into the ground. That is the end of round 3. The next one to pop up is a clear gem, and you can see lightning going off inside. Some sort of severe storm. That's the end of that. That exploded. Forfax would have taken a second fail, though, because he would have taken the damage outside.
I think he's immune. Is he still immune to poison or no?
Oh, yeah, it was poison. Yeah, he's still wearing the parry app, so yeah, you wouldn't take it. So we're at the top for Ari.
Okay, where's Edafang? He's
Edafang is right here.
Like 10 feet, to the left of me. Okay, and Forfax is where?
5, 10, 15 feet from you. Forfax is right here, 10 feet from you.
Okay. Sorry to do this, but I'm a huge David Bowie fan. But it's an attack with advantage and you're down. But yeah, I'm gonna do I don't have multi-attack, so don't get too worried. Primal Savagery.
Primal Savagery, okay.
Yeah. You're trying to primal magic through your teeth or fingernails to sharpen ready to deliver a corrosive attack, make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of you. I'm going to use that movement to get to him if I need to. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 acid damage. After you make the attack, your teeth and fingernails return to normal.
Okay.
23.
Hit.
That does hit. Because it's within 5 feet and you're unconscious, it is an automatic crit. Is there anything, Forfax, you know of in the rules of Crucible of Fate that can save you at this time?
No, Forfax is done. His fate is sealed.
You hear telepathically before that happens. Sorry, Min. Nothing personal. I do like the scar there.
Anything Forfax would like to say with his dying breath?
He'll just kind of mutter very melodramatically in a David Bowie-esque voice. Fate can be so cruel.
And with that, Forfax is eliminated from Crucible of Fate. Thank you very much, Scott. You're welcome to stick around and watch till the end. If you do have to take off, I totally understand.
Yeah, I'd love to, but I gotta go make my kids dinner. So have a great one, guys. It was a blast playing with you.
Good,
Yeah,
man.
it was good, buddy. It was
See
good.
you around the Discord.
Yep.
Bye.
Okay, so Ari, that was 10 feet of movement and your action?
Yes. So I'll use free object interaction to, what do I see on Forfax that's like, on his belt or something like that, or weapons that are obviously magical, things like that.
So, yep, free object interaction, you touch him. Any cash that he has would go in escrow, as would all of his gear. Remy, did Forfax have any gift shop items that could be looted that you know of?
Allow me to check very quickly.
Also, when I don't remember the specific rule, if he has a tiered item, and this is not just for now, but for in the future, if he has a tiered item, it says you can take it, but you have to accept the consequences. Do you know the consequences before you accept it?
They're not told to you. If you know them from like watching and taking notes, you would know what they are. Yeah. I don't think so.
He doesn't.
He had the periapt, yeah.
Yeah.
He just had the periapt of proof against poison.
Yep.
Okay, and no potions or anything like that on him.
Well, it's only the gift shop items that you have the opportunity to take at this time. Everything else gets put into escrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't want the periapt. Bonus action,
Wait,
I will.
Sorry, just one sec though. Are you taking it off of him and wearing it? No, you're letting it go to escrow?
Yes, I'm not taking it.
Okay.
I'm just whatever goes to escrow goes there.
Okay. Cool.
I'm still in go for broke mode, so we're gonna do a potion of heroism to get me some temp HP and help with skills, or not skills, saving throws and attacks. I have 40 total movement. I used 10 already. Are these doors are they still like the color spinning? Nothing's changed with those. Okay.
Yep.
Where? I think the red one is the closest one, right? He's gonna go to that one.
Okay. So 20, 30 movement to get you to there?
Sorry, the cylinder, the crystal thing that's under Sibriex is still, nothing's changed with that either, right?
No, all the changes that at the beginning of this round, when the white ball came up, you can see the lightning storm inside of it.
Okay, I'm sorry, I can't see from the other side of the map. There's no chair on the other side that I'd be able to reach, right?
No, there's only 2 chairs left. Oh, and that reminds me, the switches have reset.
Okay. Do I have enough movement to get into the red space or no? Like to get the, bracelet or whatever that is?
Yeah, so that was 30 feet of movement. Do you have more than 30?
I have 40 from Longstrider, yeah.
40 gets you there, and you now have the red bracelet around your wrist.
Okay. that crystal was also white, you said?
The crystal underneath the Sibriex is white.
Okay.
Okay, at the end of Ari's turn, the creature is going to use a legendary action to squirt bile. I'm going to use a D4 here. So with the D4, Ari is still 1, Edafang is still 2, Garzak is now 3, and Ms. Maribel is 4. It is a 2, Edafang. There is bile currently coming towards you.
Yeah, I will use my last fate sphere.
It is used. I will re-roll the targeting roll. It is now coming towards Ari.
Yep. Re-roll it.
Re-rolling the attack roll. D4. This time, Ms. Maribel.
I'm out, so that's gonna have to take it here, Dave.
Okay, in that case, I need a Dex saving throw from Ms. Maribel.
Not gonna do her.
No way to change it?
Can't do anything to change it. Nope.
In that case, Ms. Maribel takes 26 acid damage.
I'm still up. Let's keep going.
Makes it Edafang's turn.
Concentration save, Shield of Faith.
Thank you.
That's right, yeah. 13 is what you needed.
Wonderful.
So it is still up. Edafang, your turn.
Edafang is going to use a potion of healing.
And just for the record, everybody's looking pretty hurt at this point.
Six hit points. I'll go the 20 feet to the wall.
This way or down this way?
The closest wall to me.
They're
Yeah, correct. Towards yeah. Does it cost any movement to grab onto the wall? Like, say I was going to grab on the wall to climb it.
Not until you actually start climbing.
Cool. So I'm going to grab onto the wall, and I'm going to use my BCO Soul feet to move 20 feet towards the white crystal. And just so you're aware, my climbing speed is equal to my walking, and I can climb difficult surfaces, including upside down on ceilings, without an ability check.
Okay, no problem. Just for clarity, though, it's these 4 squares that are green here, and you're 1 away from it, just to make sure. So you want to move.
Do I have enough? So I can't reach out and touch that crystal from where I am, right?
You have to move into the actual squares that are on the floor to get any benefit from them.
All right. So, is it like another 10 feet of movement?
Yep. On the ground, it is. Yeah.
Well, can I touch it from the wall? I guess that's what I'm asking.
No, you have to be on the square to do it.
Okay. So...
Well, wait, if you were on the wall, it'd be like if you were on the floor touching the wall. So, if you were on the wall, you could touch the floor, yeah.
Okay. Then can I do that and then move... So let's do that first.
Okay, but that will still cost you 5 movement to...
Correct, yeah.
All right, so you've used
20.
Yeah, no, 25 now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So 25, you're here. The green bracelet appears on your arm, but you're on the wall.
Yep. And then I will move another 15 feet towards the white crystal, continuing on the wall.
So here, stuck to the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else for you, Edifang?
That was a bonus action. Movement. Is a drinking a potion only a bonus action? Or can I use an action to do that?
You can choose to use an action to drink a potion.
Then I'll choose to use an action to drink another potion of healing.
Okay, second potion of healing. Go ahead and roll.
Correct.
Okay, that is a level of soul decay for Edifang. End of Edifang's turn.
End of my turn. And that puts me at 3 soul decay, right?
Yes. Creature goes to spit more bile. First one's coming at Ari.
Last one.
Fate Sphere used. Ms. Maribel. I need
Nothing I can do.
I need a dex save from Ms. Maribel.
Brutal. Here's the bless. Brutal.
Okay, nothing else.
Hope your rolls are just as bad. No, nothing else I can do, Dave, but take it.
Okay.
Nope.
I see a 3 under that die.
Yeah, I'm not surviving a 3.
38 damage.
Yeah.
As Miss Maribel falls unconscious, unless I'm mistaken.
You're not mistaken.
Concentration drops.
Garzak's turn.
I am going to use a bonus action and drink a potion of greater healing.
Okay.
Oof. Okay. All right. A little bit better. I'm going to move into the nearest square that procs the gem.
5, 10,
Yeah.
15, 20.
As you now gain a blue bracelet.
So I'm going to go 20 straight up towards where Ari is. In that direction, at least.
Okay. 10, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Okay. I will breathe fire at her. That's a dex save. She's unconscious, so she automatically fails.
Yep, so that is 1 fail from Ms. Mirabelle.
Is that a bonus action?
Yes. Well, I haven't used my I've used the bonus action to drink a potion, but I haven't used my action yet. So can I use that as an action?
No, that one
think you
specifically
need-
states it has to be a bonus action.
All right. In that case, so I will drop my axe at my feet, and then I will, since I get 2 attacks, if I'm throwing, can I throw another one, or is it just 1 throw?
You can still throw multiple weapons if you have
Okay.
the multi-attack.
So I would drop my battle axe, and then I would throw 2 hand axes at Mirabelle. How far is she from me? Just for the, I think I have disadvantage, but
Yep, 15.
15. Okay, yeah. But since I'm not right next to her, it's not. Yeah. Okay.
This would be a straight roll because she's unconscious, but prone.
13 probably doesn't hit you.
No, it does not.
All right, and axe goes wide. I take out another one. A 19.
That will hit.
Okay.
Okay, so a fail for
First fail.
Yep. Okay, at the end of your turn, the creature is going to squirt bile once again. This time it is a 2. It's coming at Edifang. Edifang, I need a dex save, but you can see it, so you have advantage.
There is a contest in the Twitch chat that you can only throw or draw and throw a single weapon on a turn, since it takes an object interaction to draw it.
I thought that when you use multi-attack, you could throw multiple weapons as part of the attack. I thought that we had dug into that and that was the answer we had found. Paul's saying, you need the thrown weapon style to be able to do that? Okay, there's a fighting style for it. Okay, thanks, guys. Okay. So the second attack just didn't happen, so Ms. Maribel didn't take that first death save fail. So that's the end of Garzak's turn. You have another hand axe that you didn't use. So there is... This throw is coming at Edafang.
Thank you, chat.
Dex save at advantage was an 11. Not enough to prevent the bile from hitting. 32 damage coming at Edafang. Acid.
Edafang is down.
Edafang is down. That ends the creature's final legendary action for this round. That makes it Ms. Maribel's turn. So we need a death save.
Death saves or con saves, correct?
It's a D20, and you're looking for a 10 or higher. It's just a straight D20.
A straight roll. Okay. Reborn have an ability where they make death saves at advantage.
Yep. The second one was a 10, so that is a success.
Okay.
That makes it Argent's turn.
So Argent, because it has its own initiative, can take actions. It cannot attack unless I use my attack, but it can still take actions. So it is going to fly over to Edafang and attempt to make a medicine check.
Fly over to Edafang to make a medicine check.
Yeah, if that's possible.
Is it proficient in the medicine skill?
It is not, but it is able to take actions. I don't know if you want to impose a limit because it's a bird. So I don't know how you want to rule that.
This is avian discrimination.
If it just like jumps on his chest for chest compression and then like squawks in his mouth or something.
Drops a good berry in my mouth.
Unfortunately, I forgot to take that off of my person, or else I would have.
Well, he's got one on his person. Probably take an investigation, but yeah.
Steve, I really want to do this in your favor, but it just doesn't make any damn sense to me to let a bird.
No worries.
Yeah.
Medic Crow over here.
I'll say. Go ahead, Kier.
It does say you can stabilize an unconscious creature by using your action to administer first aid and attempting to stabilize it. So I don't know if the bird knows
can do that.
First aid.
If it's heavy enough to apply chest compressions at enough force to just jump on his chest.
Look, I'll say
you can pull a lever.
I'll say no for now, but if you guys want to dig into it to see if there's anything out there about familiars being able to do the medicine check, let me know. But I'll just say no for now.
Yeah.
Anything
he
else?
will squawk helplessly on top of Edafang, but not able to do anything. That's all he's doing.
Okay, that makes it the Sibriex's turn. I'm just gonna roll my targeting die here. Let's see. A 3 would be going for Garzak.
I will have to take that.
It's gonna stay where it is. It's gonna use the multi-attack. It's gonna make its first chain attack at you. That's a 14 to hit.
Misses. Hooray!
Second chain attack, natural 1.
Hooray!
Third chain attack is a 3 for a 16 to hit.
Also misses. ducking and diving here.
Need some of those luck points you got.
Yeah, really. Okay, it's now squirting bile, so I need a dex saving throw from you. You can see it coming.
19.
Anything that you can do to alter it?
Hope and beg.
That's not going to cut it. 39 acid damage.
Whoa.
Halves. Ooh. Okay.
That ends the creature's turn. Okay, tubes come down. Miss Mirabelle is protected. Nobody else is. This is lightning damage. Ooh, that's some 10s there. 30 lightning damage.
I'm going to use Absorb Elements.
Okay, Ari uses Absorb Elements and takes 15. Edafang takes 1 fail. Argent, 30 lightning.
Argent explodes in a plume of smoke.
Man, you've really been dodging that explosion for a while now.
Okay, Ari absorbed elements. Garzak, 30 lightning.
Oh, 30? Ooh, actually.
30 lightning coming at you anyway. So that ends round 4. Top of the round, a black sphere emerges from the pit. Ari's turn. As the tubes go back up.
Where are there open chairs that I can get to within 40 feet?
Actually, just 1 sec. So when the tubes go back up, neither one of these were applied or activated. So the chairs are all gone now.
They're all gone. Okay. That complicates things.
And it is Ari's turn.
I'm gonna action cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level on myself.
Okay.
Because I'll just go down if I try to do too much right now, to be honest. Let's go 10. Also going to bonus action, drink a potion of healing.
Okay, bonus action, potion of healing.
It's +2, right? Regular healing. I want to move toward the blue squares.
And what's your movement?
Staying as far away as I can from, whatever range I think that creature has, but just in a straight line of the next set of squares.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Do you have 40 movement or 30?
I have 40, yep. Still okay. Long strider, yep. There's no lever on that inside wall either, right?
Pardon me?
Because the chairs are gone. There's no lever on the inside of that wall because the chairs are gone, right?
All of the chairs and levers are gone now.
Okay. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, at the end of your turn, the creature is going to spit bile. It is a 1. It is coming at Ari. I need
Can't do anything about it.
Dexterity saving throw, please.
17.
17 total. Anything you can do to change it?
Oh, I have blast one last turn.
Nope. 17?
18. Yep.
Okay, 18 total. Very low roll on that acid for 22 damage.
I will absorb elements to half that.
Okay, absorb elements. Edafang, it's your turn. I need a death saving throw. 4 would be a fail. At the end of Edafang's turn, the creature is going to squirt bile. Its relentless pursuit of destruction against you guys. That is coming to Ari. I need a dex save from Ari.
Blessed with watermelons at 21.
That is enough for the bile to miss Ari. That brings us to Garzak. It is your turn, Garzak.
Okay. Yeah, earlier I think I shortchanged myself, but since I can't figure it out, my ass will help. I'm just gonna eat the mistake. In all fairness, there. I don't know about you guys, but I think this is it.
Yeah, we're at go for broke mode, man. We've been there for a while. We've been there for 3 rounds. What are you talking about?
Just a hunch, God.
We were all bloodied 3 rounds ago.
That's right.
No, I'm gonna use a bonus action and second wind. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna, as an object interaction, pick up my axe.
Okay, object interaction, pick up your axe.
And I'm going to go over to Miss Mirabelle and attack.
Okay. 5, 10 feet of movement gets you engaged. You go ahead and make an attack at advantage since she is unconscious.
That's an 18 hit.
Yep, sorry, that does hit.
Okay, so that is an automatic crit. So 2 fails on Miss Maribel.
Second attack, and that's a 24.
Yeah, perfect.
Anything that
there
Miss
is nothing in the
Maribel-
rules. No, there is not.
Yeah. Anything Miss Maribel wants to say?
I wish. I don't know. It's 8 hours on here. I'm gassed, guys. So
I know. I think we all are. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got nothing. Good luck to you guys.
Thanks so much, Andy.
Yeah.
It's
good meeting you guys, and
game,
Steve,
brother.
good playing with you again.
Good game, Andy.
I'm gonna head out. Not gonna stick around. But I'm excited to see which of you kills the other one, or which of you has worse death saving fails. Is what it's looking like.
Yeah. Good game, brother.
All right. Take care, man.
Talk to you guys later,
Talk
guys.
to you later.
Hey, man.
Just
Describe how finishes her off. He will cut into her throat and then reach in, pull out the tongue, and eat it.
Yikes.
And just
I like my
roar
food
in
to taste me.
and just roar in anger. After doing that, I will move towards. Oh geez, I've lost. I'm gonna move towards the red.
Towards the red one. Okay. So from where you were, you used 20 feet of movement?
Or would that?
Was it decided to take the tiered item yet, or not?
Oh.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, so for Ms. Maribel, there was her Sword of Life Stealing, which was permanent. Would you like to take that or have it go to escrow?
Escrow, please.
Escrow. Okay.
Also, will my movement proc an opportunity from the creature?
If you leave its range, it's possible for sure.
Okay, I'm going to stay put. I will look at Ari, and then I'll kind of look over at Edithang and say, "He betrayed us. Just you and me." And that will be, that'll be my turn.
Okay, at the end of your turn, the creature's going to use its final legendary action to squirt bile one more time. Man, Ari, you are getting hammered with this bile.
Still have resistance to it.
That's good.
If that's going to help.
Yeah, you do get your dex save first. 5 will not cut that. So 38 acid damage at Ari as Ari goes down. As Garzak looks around at Sibriex and a whole bunch of people starting to dissolve,
That's the end of the legendary actions for the creature. It was Garzak's turn. Miss Maribel, Miss Maribel's gone. It's now the Sibriex's turn. So right now, we still have Ari, Edafang, and Garzak that are up. So I'm going to do a D6. Ari is 1 or 2. Edafang is 3 to 4. Garzak is 5 to 6. It is a 2. So the creature is coming towards Ari. And from here, first chain attack. You are down. It's a smart creature. It's going to fly closer. The attack will be at disadvantage. First one at disadvantage is a 14 to hit Ari.
Nope. It's a crit fail.
We can do this again?
Actually, wait, hold on. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. You are down. So you're prone, so it's at advantage.
Yeah, if it's a melee attack, it's at advantage. If it's a ranged attack, it's at disadvantage.
But it's still a melee attack from further than 5 feet away, so I think it's a straight roll on all of these.
It's at disadvantage.
But he's unconscious though, right?
Oh, so it'd be straight, yeah.
So the first one, it was a natural 1. Second one, was an 11 plus 13. So that'd actually be a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that is it.
Okay. So that one would be 1 death save fail.
Okay.
Third attack, straight roll. 20 to hit.
Yeah.
That's a death save fail. Squirting the bile, automatically fail dex. You take the acid damage, which would be the third fail.
Nothing I can do.
Ari, anything that can save you?
Nope.
Anything Ari wants to say before?
Fuck off, ghost. I don't know.
All right. Well, guys, that was brutal. That was a marathon. I didn't think it would go this long at all. Rough game. It's 7 o'clock. We've been playing, I think, forever. So we'll just say a real quick goodbye here, and we'll pick the rooms and the monster next time. Anything that you guys want to say before we log off?
That was wild.
You should loot Ari is what I want to say right now.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna stop here, everybody.
It was rough.
It was rough, yeah. We're gonna just review a few things there at the end, just make sure everything was kosher. If not, we'll see about a little quick makeup thing to finish things off, but we're gonna end it here, and we'll catch up with you next time. Okay, thanks very much, everybody.